This is a story about a 1,000-year-old pilgrimage where we are walking 500 miles across the northern coast of Spain, starting in Bilbao and heading in Santiago de Compostela. The Camino is a pilgrimage with trails extending throughout Europe, leading to the famous cathedral in Santiago de Compostela. There are many different Camino routes. We chose Del Norte. This story covers our hottest day, our wettest day, and almost every day in between on this 33-day journey. In this series, we will explain the origins, the history, as well as our experience on this adventure. Our journey has 5 distinct parts. The struggle.
Everything's been booked so far.
Finding our way. Paella? More like paella. The beauty. The misery.
It has been pouring all day long.
And the finale. If you have interest in following this entire journey across the coast, be sure to subscribe for future installments. Until then, welcome to part 1. The struggle. Bilbao to Laredo. Meredith, tell us what we're in for today.
So today we've got about a 10-kilometer hike. Super easy. We're just gonna be following the river that way. Only stop we gotta make is for food. And other than that, should be the shortest of all the days, which is great. It's easing us in to this new lifestyle for the next 40 days.
Not to mention we have a nice, beautiful 25-degree day, mostly sunny, but not too hot. It's the perfect start to the trip. El Camino. Turns out the Camino, day 1, is a lot of city. Bilbao is a beautiful city, but it was a lot of city, and it turns out 25 and sunny is hot.
Under an 8-lane highway, we have discovered a climbing wall in the middle of the Camino. Although I'm not really sure we're on the right trail, but we're in the right direction. Anyways, we're gonna try to climb this.
This is how you can tell we were feeling pretty fresh. We are closing in on the end of our first day of hiking the Camino. Meredith, what are your thoughts?
It's been good. We are definitely doing the city life version right now, and we're kind of crash coursing it. We just used Google Maps because we couldn't quite figure out where the actual trail was, and I think it's because we're going from like a big city to another city right now.
There might not actually be a real trail.
Right, yeah. So I feel like we haven't got like the Camino experience yet. 2 hours and 20 minutes into it. I'm doing pretty good so far.
We had some kebabs for lunch.
Yeah.
And taking a little rest in the shade before we challenge the Spanish heat again for another 45 minutes.
Ready to go.
After a few hours of walking, we arrived to the beautiful city of Portugal, our first stop on our journey. And now, time for Meredith's favorite thing in the world, finding a place to sleep. Let's see how we do. We are almost in.
Everything's been booked so far.
Still looking for a place to sleep.
It's 5 o'clock, so we got plenty of time. But we're almost to our 3rd location, so hopefully this one's a charm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we're still in the concrete jungle.
Wow, we finished day 1! We did it!
Camino underway.
I don't think we did a second on the actual Camino trail, and we did the entire thing on walkways, but it worked. We got to where we were supposed to go.
Turns out it's harder to find the Camino than you would think.
Yes, so tomorrow our goal is just to stick to the actual route and do a better job from the start.
But apparently, I'm sorry.
There you go.
The urban part of the trail is done after today.
Yeah, which is great. We're
It
super
was one
excited.
day and one day too many, if you ask me.
Yeah, I felt like I was walking through a city the entire day, which I guess
We
is
were.
we were. We just had our first beer on the Camino. And guess what? We found the actual trail. Finally. Yeah, we did. After an entire day of hiking in the direction of the Camino, but not actually being on it, we were on it. So exciting. And now we're gonna go get some poke bowls for dinner, because you know that's a classic Camino meal.
Now, what she forgot to tell you is that the beers were $2.50.
Yeah, it was
or
so exciting.
€2.50 each. Which is great.
Yeah.
Which means we set an arbitrary $100 a day goal, and I'm counting the number of beers that we can get in a day.
You know
This
what? It
could
might
be
be more
great.
calories than we get on a normal day.
Uh-huh.
Might be good for us.
Very good.
It's our first church on the Camino.
At this point of the Camino, we hadn't realized normal restaurants don't open until 9 p.m. So poke was the only option at the crisp hour of 6. We finished the day watching the sunset over the city, giddy how excited we were to begin this pilgrimage. Day 1 is complete.
Buenos dias!
Buenos dias!
We are on day 2 of the Camino. Today's objective is about 29 kilometers with a beach stop halfway through.
Woohoo!
So we're really excited for that.
We got an early start, but the sun does not rise until 8:16.
Yeah, which is really crazy. We've got 3 main goals for today. Goal number 1, stay on the Camino the whole time today. Yesterday we were never on the Camino. Goal number 2, swim in the ocean. And goal number 3, find a place to stay tonight.
Boy, I sure am glad to be on the actual trail now, huh?
So thankful.
So it's day 2, we're still in the city, so I wanted to introduce you to some of our friends. This chicken, it's a little owl guy. Somehow, these both made it on the Camino with us. And this owl was the consolation prize for Meredith and Justine begging for a stuffed owl for 2 weeks straight. And that's all of our friends, folks. Hola. Best part about the city route of the Camino is that bikers are everywhere and they always shout, "Buen Camino, buen Camino."
And then we say gracias. And
Makes
it's great.
us feel really good about ourselves.
Yeah, it's a good boost at 9 a.m. I think that's the ocean over there. Ooh, first time seeing it. We're doing it.
So when you're doing the Camino and prepping for the Camino, it's easy to think about what to eat,
Where to sleep.
what to wear, what to pack, what
Which
not to
backpack.
pack.
Yeah.
But you never think about where to go to the bathroom.
No.
Day 2 and we're in crisis mode, people.
But we're 17 minutes away from a toilet.
Hopefully,
Yeah, fingers crossed.
unverified.
We just did our first Camino break and we went swimming in the ocean.
Jumped in the ocean. We didn't get to surf this time.
No.
We weren't prepared. Next time we'll be prepared.
But it was perfect. So yeah, like took an hour break, had some coffee, jumped in the water, rinsed off. Now we're gonna go have a lunch and then hit the road again.
Woohoo!
So exciting.
El Camino.
I love cheese and I love potatoes. It's so good. So good.
Tostada de salmon. Es muy delicioso. The coastline of the Cantabrian Sea is far more beautiful than we ever imagined. We just finished up our lunch of day 2, way over there. Now we are past the beautiful beach, past the surfing spot. We are up our first hill and we are going. We have about 12 kilometers left to go today, I think. 15 kilometers left to go today.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have a blast. Stay tuned for more beautiful things. It feels like we are finally on the Camino.
Woo.
So these are the gates to get on this path. We might be off trail, but I guess this gate means it's for skinny people only, because we barely fit. It's unverified, but I think we're sleeping right there tonight. All right, we are taking a rest break right now. We finally found a bench in the shade. The temperature is getting up to 31 degrees Celsius. It's a hot one. However, the views really cool us down. Want to tell us what you're doing, honey?
Had to give my back a little bit of a break and appreciate having a weight on the front. So, testing it out. Let's see how many miles this lasts.
Update, it lasted about 45 seconds. Excellent. When we started this hike today, the plan was an 18-mile hike. We're currently at 13 and just saw a sign that says somehow we're still 10 miles away. We are a couple hours into the hike. Honey, how is the essential oil doing?
I thought the essential oil was a good idea. You can't smell it at all. Smell right through it.
You sweating?
Yeah. Excuse me, I gotta pee. You gotta get out of here.
They're the first people we've seen in 3 hours. Let's hope they're friendly. El Camino. Well, we made it to a town. Very steep uphill. The town looks like this. We are closing in, maybe. On the road again. It's a shame to admit, but we're hot, we're hungry, and we're running a little bit behind schedule, but Meredith has something to report.
We failed at one of our goals today. We did not stay on El Camino. We thought we'd take a quicker detour to get to the hostel so we could get a room, but it turns out it was like a highway, so we had to take another detour. Now we're on that, and we're hopeful that it doesn't turn into a highway, but there's really no way of knowing. But we still have like 6 miles left if we just stayed on the actual Camino, and it's already 5 o'clock, so we figured time to detour it.
Good news is, this was intentional, unlike yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's a good improvement. So we're detouring, obviously, And it's the first time we've actually been on trail all day, which is really funny.
El Camino should be called El Concreto.
El Concreto.
But it's kind of nice to be on trail.
It is really nice to be on trail. So after our detour, we checked the Camino app just to see where we were, and it turns out we're back on the original one that we detoured from to begin with before we started the uphill.
We were on the route the entire time.
Well, not that hill thing.
No, I think that was part of the detour.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. It was.
So, goal number 1 of staying on the route, complete.
Look at this.
Back, baby. Back. And it's on a trail.
Oh,
This is our first Camino trail. Well, actually, I guess second.
This is good. Should we walk backwards from now on?
Feels so good.
Oh my God, it feels much better. Whew.
Yeah. Oh, we got a tunnel. Anybody else ever play the game growing up when you drive through a tunnel? You say something like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, or tunnel, and when you get to the end you go, light! Well, we're about to do that in this tunnel.
Oh, no, we're not.
Tunnel. Unfortunately, after the tunnel game, Mare was pretty done with me. Made it to our town for the night. We have 2 kilometers left to go till we get to the hostel that hopefully has room for us.
Yep, it's the only one that doesn't have like a booking link. You have to come, first serve, and it's 6 p.m. So we'll see what happens.
Hopefully we are first come.
Oh. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to be done. We finally arrived to Castro Urdiales. An amazing town to take a vacation with the family.
This town is so cool.
We are hoping this is our place to stay. No go on finding a place to stay downtown. We had to find another place to stay 2 miles back from where we came from, but outside of the budget, but still affordable, so it's okay. Food, tell them where we're going.
Kraken, and we're here, which is the best part.
It's just actually the Kraken. Bon appetit. Kraken did not work out, so we're at Bon Jovi. Turns out we were at Sakura, not Bon Jovi.
I knew it the whole time, but I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
News to me. But we got some fantastic tapas. We got dos cervezas. I said, I would like to pay the bill, please. Quiero pagar la cuenta, por favor, in Spanish, and the guy went, perfecto. That's 5 bonus points for Colin and Meredith.
And now we're on our 2-mile hike back in the direction we originally came to go check into our hotel tonight. But it's not bad. It's a beautiful hike.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Like that spin move I did?
Yeah.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes.
That was a rough night of sleep.
It started off pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And then at 3 a.m. our neighbors came home and we're up until 5:30.
They weren't quiet neighbors.
Mm-mm. And then they woke up again this morning. Woke up Colin.
I don't know how. They got no sleep last night.
I don't know. But we're gonna go try to get some breakfast and then hit the road again.
And then there was one. Just kidding. We left headphones in the hotel last night, so Meredith is going to get them. And then we will make our 40-minute walk to breakfast. I'm very excited for that. We're going to eat a lot, I hope, I pray. I so badly want a lot of food. We have successfully ordered in Spanish again. We are getting good at this. And we are starving.
So we'll be eating this cookie.
So it's 11 o'clock. We've been at the restaurant for 45 minutes. No food yet. We're hopeless. We're lost. But she's keeping it together.
I'm trying.
We're very proud of her, folks.
I gotta tell you, it's just so much harder to order food in Spain than I thought it would be, and maybe we're doing it wrong, but like every restaurant we've been to, it's been a process, so we're growing.
She came over and asked what we wanted. We told her what we wanted 45 minutes ago. And then she came back 2 times, and we went in once. I just don't know how to do it.
It took us an hour to get food, and all we got were, well, okay, so I ordered avocado toast, which I thought would be avocado toast. Turns out it's bacon with 1 slice of avocado, and it took an hour. And last night's dinner, I ordered a veggie sandwich, and I got meat with veggies. So we're having a much harder time with the food than I thought we would. Like even using Google Translate and like, you know, looking up ahead of time for restaurants. It seems like it's just not happening. And after last night not getting enough dinner, and then this morning not getting enough breakfast, it's getting kind of tough.
Now, what's interesting about it is yesterday we planned to go out for breakfast. However, when 9:30 rolled around, nobody was open. And then lunch was on us. We were at a good spot for lunch. We got some good food, small portions, but hey, that's the culture. And then we get to dinner and nobody's open until 9. Again, no problem. That's the culture. 9 o'clock rolls around and we order things and we get different things than we ordered.
Yep.
And we ordered things on the menu by pointing.
Yeah.
We are taking matters into our own hands. We wanted to be authentic and eat Spanish food, but Spanish food is a no-go. So we're buying our own.
It's closed because it's a Sunday. Everything's gonna be closed. Online it says it's open. Is this the day where everything goes wrong and we don't eat? Do they want us to starve?
That's what's part of the spiritual journey. The pilgrims used to starve and so will we.
I'm so hungry. So it's 11:20 in the morning. We still haven't had a breakfast. We're still not on the actual Camino trail, but we've already hit 10,000 steps and we're not even in the town that we were supposed to stay in last night. It's only day 3. So our goals for today are really simple. Eat enough calories, but I would just like to have a vegetable. So eat a vegetable, that's goal number 1. Stay on the Camino. Because yesterday when we detoured, that didn't go as well. And we already have a place booked for tonight, so we got that going for us. Colin, any goals from you?
I want to jump in the ocean again. That was a good goal yesterday. And I want to do it again.
Ocean, vegetable, Camino. Let's do it. Another day, another baguette.
More bread. I miss French bread though.
It's good here, but the French definitely got the baguette down. All right,
Go left.
we're trying to find the bathroom now.
We had to recruit 3 different people to help us. All very friendly. It was fun communicating. But we really need to go.
Yeah. Also, it's noon now. That's all.
Still in town.
Still haven't started. 18 miles. Our luck is turning around. It's our first fruit and vegetable stand. Yay to fresh food.
Just stocking up.
We're getting it all.
I don't care how much it carries. It weighs. We will carry. Prize of the day, Pitaya for €1.
I got an apple, so now we're actually ready to hit the road. Now it's 12:30.
Things move slow around here.
We're just starting, but this time it's for real.
This bataya goes out to Shelby Jacobs for teaching us that you can just peel them like a banana because it's got all the good stuff inside.
Oh, no, bite.
I'm not there yet.
I know.
This is the first church we've seen so far, I think, that we've walked past. This is pretty good. Campo Iglesia.
Bird on top.
And there's a bird on top. Very nice, very nice.
We have trail.
We're on the Camino.
This is so exciting.
Gotta meet it. Number dos of the Camino. It's a lean-to. Adios, amiga. Shall I, Camino?
Yeah, you can Camino. Coming through.
So, we found what we think is food. We're in a town. There's a restaurante. We are very excited. Very, very excited.
I'm so excited. So, we've arrived at our restaurant location. I think Colin and I were a little desperate because we just followed the first sign we saw to lunch and we're like, great, wherever it is, we'll be there. We walked in, I could tell it was a little fancy. I didn't care. I was like, we'll spend the money. We'll just sit down and get some food. I think it's going to be really small, expensive portions of food, but we're already in it. We already have the €6 water. There's nothing else we can do.
So I'm not sure what I ordered, but anything that requires these means you're not getting a lot of food.
Maybe we spoke too soon. I tried to ask the guy how much the vegetables were. He told me €19, so I told him we didn't need them. I think he thought I meant we didn't need them until after the meal because we just got them delivered.
That means that these vegetables are worth more than an entire delicious, amazing crab.
Wow, that's an interesting thought. Wow.
It's amazing what food will do to you.
I feel so much better and so full, and that food was incredible.
Mare had some mussels with an incredible tomato sauce. I had bouillie de mar, which is king crab. Oh, fantastic. And they stewed up the brains real good.
It was really
and then we
good.
got some vegetables that cost us way too much that we didn't want to order.
Yeah, that was a whole messed up situation,
Well,
but whatever.
Check for vegetables today.
Yay, we got the vegetables
Yes.
in. Woohoo!
A lot more caterpillars over here. We're in the shade now for a while. Made it to another beach. We're gonna get changed and go for a swim.
All right, I think by now you can probably tell today's had some highs and some lows.
Food was a high.
Yes, then we went for that awesome swim. So we got the vegetables, got the swim. Then we started the hike to our hotel and we saw the sign that said our hotel was 22 kilometers away.
Which was alarming.
Which when we left this morning, it was only 29. Now we just passed a sign that says 24.
Yeah, so we've been hoping it for an hour since we saw the 22. And somehow we're further away than when we started.
It makes no sense.
Long way to go.
Well, since you saw us last, we made the decision to get off the Camino, which is a bummer because it's another day where we can't stay on the trail all day. But I think it was something's going on with our planning that we'll have to regroup on. And then we started the 8-mile hike into town. It's now like 6 p.m. and got like a quarter, half a mile in.
Went the wrong way.
We're going the wrong way. So now we're a part of the highway system, walking on the shoulder of the road. This one's really nice because it's got a guardrail. Earlier we did not, that's okay. And we're just gonna go until it says we can't go anymore and figure it out from there. Gorgeous views though.
Oh, are we suffering again? Let's explain why we haven't stopped already. This was the first night that we booked a place in advance, due to the challenges of the past few nights. So, now we are committed to getting there. That said, Booking.com is an amazing resource to book hostels and hotels, and we used it about half the time, including to book this place.
All right, we got a sign coming up for our town. Good news. I'll stop to really get it. Oh, that's where we're supposed to go. Love a good detour off the highway. Taking it as a win for the day.
We have a verified shortcut.
Yes. Also, we thought of some things to be grateful for today. That did go really well. That lunch spot, if we hadn't found it, there wasn't another restaurant that we've passed since then. So even though it was crazy expensive and not originally part of our plan, it really worked out for us. It was kind of the saving grace.
Crab for lunch.
Yeah,
Crab!
Super excited. It's only like the 3rd time he's ever had crab. Most of which has been when you're with me. That's kind of cool.
I'm like you're crabby.
Hey, I was just gonna say I'm a crab influencer on you, but might be because I'm crabby. Would you believe it? Right along the highway is a Camino sign. Maybe we're on the right trail? No one knows.
The Camino is a spiritual journey. That means follow your heart and you are on the right trail. This is the right trail.
I love you. Oh man, right as the sun is going down, we reach our hostel up on the hill. I'm so excited. Woo!
8 miles down the highway, London Road. We are almost done.
What a ride this was.
The best part, flip that camera around. The last half mile, we got to stare at the beautiful mountains and the water while the sun was setting behind them. Closing in, closing in. We finally made it.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so excited, but here's the best part. Oh, how do you do these doors?
Wow.
You're outdoors.
Ooh. Muy bien, muy bien.
Holy cow!
Oh, I don't fit with my backpack. Join us next week as we find our stride between Laredo and Camillas and share all we learn along the way. Since you saw us last, we got a full night of sleep, a delicious dinner, and a cup of coffee. We're feeling very refreshed coming into today.
Yesterday was great. And it's funny because yesterday it felt like all these things had gone wrong. It's closed. And it did, like all day long things just kept happening. And then we finished the day and we saw the view and we got to our hotel and I couldn't remember a single thing that went wrong.
Meredith might not remember everything that went wrong yesterday. I do. Let me refresh you because I had to keep her calm all day long.
Okay, it's true.
It started off at 4 a.m. when our neighbors woke us up with some
The hostel so far out of town.
How is that possible?
We can
We've
do
been
it.
hiking for 4 hours.
We'll just keep going.
Mile.
We hiked on a highway.
It was an amazing day.
And we had our first good restaurant experience. All right, our goals for today are pretty simple, yet again.
Number 1, spend some time on the beach. Number 2,
catch the ferry that we need to catch in order to get to the other side of the island where we're hiking.
and number 3, have another successful restaurant dinner.
By that we mean whatever we think we're ordering, we actually order, or at least it doesn't have meat on it for me. Kind of like last night's dinner. It was smooth, easy. We did the whole thing in Spanish. So
Delicioso.
Yeah, we're hoping we can do that again tonight. Please note how not a single thing on that list of 3 was staying on the Camino all day, because we've learned sometimes that's really challenging, and if we just get 60–80% of the day on the Camino, it's a win. So the Camino has these amazing bar parks all along the route, and we've challenged ourselves to do pull-ups every time we pass one so we can get big and strong.
Yep. Did I mention we're feeling fresh? This beach is huge. We're just confirming right now if we follow it all the way.
We do.
And we do. It's been verified.
All right, we're getting closer.
Somebody was a skeptic,
I was a little nervous,
but trust the Camino.
but after walking along the beach for 45 minutes, we have officially reached the area where we should be getting on a ferry.
Our game was to get up early to avoid the sun. It's not very Spanish of us, but we did what we had to do. Every day we looked forward to jumping in the ocean, and every night we looked forward to our beer or our wine. Bedrocks are coming up. The ferry ride was much easier than anticipated. They have a designated pickup point for pilgrims, and it's also at a pilgrim price, only a couple of euro per person. At this point in the journey, we really felt like we were on the Camino. It's the first time we had been with or seen other pilgrims. What can you definitely not eat?
I dropped cheese right on my shoe.
Yeah, that's a no-go, dog. Although we haven't hiked too much today, we still had quite an appetite. Which one?
This one.
The blue one.
I don't know why, but it's definitely
They're real subtle with our signals. Another beautiful day on this beautiful Camino path. The good news is, pretty soon we'll be in an urban center. So we gotta enjoy the suburban center while we can. We're walking outside a prison. It's the prettiest Camino route. Safe from cars, but not inmates. It's the Camino way. Camino ain't hard, people. We recommend as many swims in the Cantabrian Sea as possible. The stunning cold waters bring you right back to life. So we are currently taking another alternative route. However, this one is an official alternative route. We do not have footage of how we started because it was a little treacherous, especially with the bags. However, we can tell you that alternative must be Spanish for beautiful because this is muy alternative. Wow. We are currently walking through the beautiful region of Cantabria. Famed for its beautiful beaches and its breathtaking mountains, notably the Picos de Europa. Beyond the capital of Santander, where we arrive in a few days and take our first rest day, there are very few urban areas in Cantabria, making it a peaceful time to appreciate the beauty of the coast with thousands of years of distinct regional heritage. Despite the tranquility of the region, there's a deep history of strong fighters here. First, resisting the Roman occupation for over a decade, and then joining forces with Asturias to push back the Moorish army.
So we descended into the beach,
Beautiful beach.
and then we saw a completely naked man, and I was like,
Oops.
little odd. He's one of a kind. Cool. You do you, man. And then we started realizing the entire beach is nude. We're the most overdressed people on the beach.
And you know who's at a nude beach on a Monday afternoon?
Old men.
Old men.
Not even women, just the men.
No.
Yeah. So, we're gonna go drop off our stuff and join them. I sent us on the wrong way, yet again. I don't know why I do this. Google Maps is so easy to read, but I can't process it. Too hard for me. Good thing we got Colin here. Guiding the way. He's a little bit cranky now.
Yes, I can help. Checking in got a bit heated, so we put the camera away.
After an awesome nap, beach time, and a little bit of planning.
Clarifying, we did not go to the nude beach, we went to the close beach.
Yeah, we did. We were too lazy to walk back. Maybe Colin will get lucky next time.
I hope so.
So, after all that, we did some more Camino planning, which I think we're on track to be able to go all the way to Santiago. We might have some big days ahead of us, but we'll take it as we go. But we're now on a mission for two things. Number one, get food for tomorrow because we've got a huge day tomorrow.
Right.
And then we're gonna go find dinner. And we're both feeling seafood and white wine, which we haven't had yet. So far, we've just been into the beers. So we're gonna go
Be mad with the beer.
see what we can find. Stop number one, groceries for tomorrow. We've been living off of these. That could not have been better timing. Back with another edition of Colin and Mayor accidentally ordered something that they didn't intend to. We asked for a glass of wine. You can't be mad when this happens. This is just the Camino journey.
Paella? More like paella.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Say it every time. I'm gonna scooch this over.
Are you moving my bottle of wine?
Mission accomplished.
It was a $14 mistake. Honestly, not that bad for the bottle of wine. And the food was so good.
Paella.
Yeah. What's ironic about it is earlier today, Colin asked me, have we left a meal feeling like, not just full, but like bloated from the meal in a while? And I was like, no, we haven't. Because I was thinking like maybe it's like the GMOs here or like whatever, it's just that the GMOs are non-existent. But I will tell you that the paella was the first time that I'm like, pretty full. However, not too full for dessert.
Going to get some yogurt. We have to report though that we are 3 for 3 on our goals for the day. We took a boat, we had some time in the beach, jumped in the water, and we had another successful restaurant experience.
Wow, I'm so proud of us.
We did buy a $14 bottle of wine, but we got 4 glasses out of it. So that's like, I don't know, $3 a bottle, $3 a glass. That's not too shabby. Pretty happy about that, and can't wait for tomorrow's goals. Well, you can't have a perfect day. Turns out the yogurt shop is closed. So we're going home empty-handed. No yogurt for us tonight.
Just wanted chocolate.
Well, the day started with a little bit of a hiccup. Wish me luck. Meredith's phone did not charge last night. Just wasn't all the way plugged in. No big deal. It's a big deal. But we're gonna make it. We're gonna be okay. Meredith, I love you. And we're gonna be just fine on our biggest leg of the trip so far. So we woke up and disaster struck. The 21st century has been set back a few hundred years.
We have no cell phone today. We also don't have paper maps.
Forget about it.
So Colin downloaded things on his phone, but it doesn't have service.
Easy. People have been doing this for hundreds of years.
I think this is crazy.
It's not crazy.
Every day that we've hiked this, we've had it, and we've gotten lost.
Because we had it. If we just followed our instinct instead of trying to follow the map, we'd be there early.
So we're gonna see how this goes today.
It's gonna be the best day yet. I'm predicting that after today, Meredith just puts her phone in her backpack and never brings it out again.
In other news, it's another beautiful morning. We found our path, and we've got some palm trees. Let's see how this goes.
First pit stop of the day. She can't handle the heat.
It's so cold this morning. Which is not good because we still have 5 weeks left of hiking.
Buenos dias.
Good morning.
Dia cinco a la Camino.
Day number 5 on the Camino, in case you needed that translation. Today, pretty simple. We just gotta get to Santander. Colin, how many miles away is that?
Unclear, but it's somewhere between 26 and 30.
Colin, what battery percentage do we have on my phone that has service?
Not much. Here's the catch to the 20-something to 30 miles we have to do. There's a ferry that is critical to us making it to Santander today and not having to walk an extra 10 miles around the peninsula. Meredith, what time does that ferry end?
7:30, which means we have between now and 7:30 to get there. Now, currently, it is 10 a.m. We've been hiking for 2 hours, and we've made it 4 miles. So we're on track. Things are going well. However, if you've been watching these videos, you know the Camino has twists and turns throughout. This is what we look for all day long.
Speaking of phones, there is an app, Buen Camino. Yes, just like the phrase we now live by. There are many Camino apps out there, but this is the one that we started to use to help us Camino better. There were a ton of features in the app. We used mostly 3. Primarily, route planning to help us accurately gauge distances between towns, as that has been a struggle, and we could tell what % was paved versus trail. It also had contact information for hotels, albergues, and hostels along the route. Finally, my favorite part, local history of some of the towns and landmarks that we passed. Although barely tapping into the potential, these 3 things made all the difference in our remaining 30 days. So calling back to my video earlier today, I was really nervous about how Mara's gonna behave. Turns out, like 90 minutes into the hike, she's on best behavior. I'm so lucky to have her. And as it turns out, not having a phone may have been better for us, as our route finding today was the best it's ever been. I called it. She's getting excited. She thinks she sees coffee. The sign says, menu and tapas. Let's find out. This was a bus, but fear not, we see something across the street. We are optimistic. And look, this beautiful church thingy, this beautiful courtyard. Beautiful town, this is the town. This is what the Camino is all about, okay? This is it right here. We're going in.
8.8 miles in, we got the cafe.
This place is great.
We just met our first Americans. Woo! It was so exciting. In 5 days, and they're also doing the Camino, but they're doing it on bike. And they're from Illinois.
Slash Kansas City.
Slash Kansas City now. And they have a son named Colin with 2 L's.
2 L's, baby.
Yeah.
So, we were chit-chatting with them. And it sounds like they're having similar struggles to what we're having and also similar highs. The beaches are more beautiful than they expected. The accommodations are cheaper than they expected, but food is a challenge.
So it was just good knowing we're not alone, I guess. Yeah, it was fun to just like kind of have a moment of like meeting somebody from back home. But now we're back to the El Camino.
El Camino. The friends we just met told us something very important. They done a lot more research than we did about their Camino trip from Bilbao to Santander. And they told us that there is no good information out there to help them plan it. Hopefully, this video can help you.
So what we'll do is link below the app and the website that we used. But I also want to make it really clear, we did very little planning ahead of time, and it's worked out fine so far.
Went the wrong way.
We're going the wrong way. So if you're wanting to do this, but you're overwhelmed by the amount of planning, just show up and go do it. You'll figure it out as you go.
We are really giving into the bread culture of Europe. Yeah. Seems like we can't go a lunch without it, and I ain't mad. Thank you to our two new friends from Holland that we met while we were having lunch. They hiked the Camino last year and they came back just to do some sightseeing today. They were hiking, they needed a snack. We had the snack, Camino Champions. Now, what they did tell us too is that the hike around the coastal route is only about 30 minutes longer than the hike through the countryside. They also said it's about 30 minutes more beautiful than the countryside. So we're gonna do that. Still gonna catch the ferry on time. Whew, we can do it. Following lunch, we again turned towards the sea, soaking in the cool breeze on a hot afternoon. At about this time, we started to relax about our distance.
All right, little update for you. We are at 4 hours and 45 minutes of walking. We've gone 12.5 miles. Now, what our new friends told us is that this route will just take 2 hours, and then we'll get to the shuttle, or the ferry, and then we'll get across to Santander, and then we just have to walk to our place. So I think it's gonna come in a lot less mileage than what we originally set out to do today, which is great.
While we sweat in the sun, let's explain why people have been on this route for thousands of years. The Camino de Santiago began in the 9th century after the bones of St. James the Apostle, Jesus' cousin, were discovered in Galicia. Shortly after, the site became one of the 3 great pilgrimage destinations for Christians where all sins could be forgiven, right next to Jerusalem and Rome. Given wars against the Moors raging from the 8th century onward, the Del Norte route is believed to be the oldest route, traversed by the King Alfonso II of Asturias in the 9th century, as it was the safest given it rested primarily in Spanish-ruled areas. As centuries of war raged on and Spain's territory grew, the Camino Frances became the most popular route for thousands of pilgrims who were starting outside of Spain, making it the most historically significant. Initially, the Camino was a treacherous journey, but as centuries passed, the Church and the Spanish states invested in the Camino infrastructure, building bridges that previously did not exist, hostels and boarding houses for the pilgrims. They developed roads, and in the 12th century, as the Camino became even further organized, the Codex Callistinix was developed to help pilgrims navigate their way to Santiago. It's widely considered that this is the world's first travel guide, not just for the Camino, but for the entire world. These developments not only improved safety for the pilgrims, but it also added a commercial element. Many cities prospered along the Camino routes for hundreds of years. Taking the coastal route, we just had another cool experience. We saw what we thought was an ice cream truck next to this beach. Not an ice cream truck, abandoned truck perhaps. Anyway, this guy from Britain walked up to us and he thought Meredith and I owned the truck and he thought he could rent surfboards from us. We look like the kind of people who would own a surf shop truck. Big compliment. by the exchange group special. You're awful.
Got 2 updates for you.
Update number 1.
Yeah.
Tell them our time and distance.
All right, folks. We are at 16.88 miles. We've been going for 6 hours and 30 minutes. Now, what's really exciting is earlier today, we're coming over this hill and we thought we could see an ice cream truck and we were so excited. And then it turned out to just be somebody's van. However, now we believe we're coming upon an ice cream truck.
Update number 2 is that because we're actually ahead of schedule and today's route is not as long as we expected, which is the opposite of every other day, that means that we get to take a dip in the ocean.
Wow, ice cream? No better way to end a 17-mile hike than some ice cream. And swimming in the ocean. I'm so happy. We're at mile 18.6.
Had a successful swim, a little bit of a beach walk.
And now we are closing in on the shuttle for the day. Keep calling it a shuttle, it's a ferry.
I don't know why you call it a shuttle.
I don't know. The ferry. We did it.
Somehow, we got here in 8 to 10 miles less than we expected. All we got to do now is wait for the ferry to take us over to Santander.
Easy.
Easy. So, time for a nice little cheese and crackers break.
Woohoo!
This is what patience looks like, ladies and gentlemen. This is our second and final ferry ride of the Camino journey. It was equally as easy as the first, and even more scenic. We made it to Santander, the capital of Cantabria, a beautiful city with good coffee and great food. It's time to rest. All right, we finished up the ferry ride. It was scenic, it was beautiful. Now time for the last leg of our journey today, finding the hotel. Mare's on it.
Day 5 has come to an end.
It has indeed. I'm sorry you missed this cooking session, but we were so excited to cook for ourselves again.
We couldn't hold off.
We have an Indian pasta with vegetables, lots and lots of them. They're hard to get on the Camino.
Yeah. And we walked 98 miles in the last 5 days. How insane is
It's
that?
amazing.
Yeah. So, cheers to that.
Cheers. Our first rest day had a simple goal. Do as little walking and as much eating as possible. We started off the day with a coffee from Panderia Galofa and Company, where Meredith ordered her first café con leche. This soon became a habit that we still have not broken. Sadly, we failed with our goal of staying off the feet, as we went for a run to start the day. Yeah, we failed early. And then we rented bikes and went for a bike ride, and then we spent the entire day walking around this beautiful city, and then, after walking all day, we laid down on the beach in the sun. So not a physical rest day, but we did eat a lot, so check.
We're 17 miles in. There's been no water for like 10 of them. Oh, we found popsicles. So we're obviously getting 4.
So, we haven't been filming much today because we had a long way to go and a short window to get there. And to be quite honest, it's not been that pretty of a day. We're just kind of going from suburb to suburb along the road. We passed some factories. But also what we did not pass is any water for the last 11 miles. Last water stop we hit was at about mile 6, give or take. And it's hot, like it always is. It's hot, Spain, sunny, hot. So we passed this store that looks like it sells Halloween stuff. Not really too sure all what it sells. Mary thought they might have some drinks in there, so we went inside and sure enough they did. We got lucky, we got some Powerade, we got some candy, and some water. So we are refueling up for the final less than 10K. And this is our first check-in of the day.
These candy things are bringing us back to life. Oh, that was the last one.
Oh.
We are 10 minutes from our potential home for the night. We couldn't book anything online for this town, so we're just showing up.
Woohoo! And I need the baño.
Yes, el baño. But let me show you where we are. Isn't it beautiful? I'll tell you the name below, but I don't know it right now.
After our hottest day yet, we arrived beaten to Santander del Mar. She's in denial, but our hotel is in the building with the bell. Those are her favorites. Elberg. Excelente. You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. So we did not record much of our hike today because when we woke up we had to, well, we were up before the sunrise and got there just before the sunset from Santander to Santander del Mar. It was a 23-mile hike, more or less, and we needed the entire day to do it, so we could not slow down to take some video. But here's what you need to know. It was mostly on concrete. Yikes. It was 93 degrees Fahrenheit, 34 degrees Celsius. Yikes. It was pretty at times, but not pretty at other times. Yeah, that was about right. And when we made it, we checked into the most phenomenal hostel. It was absolutely incredible. It was an old Covenant that they've converted into a hostel now, and for $56 you can get a private room for 2 dinners and 2 breakfasts. And then we had the dinner and we got to meet all of our other new friends from Italy, Germany, France, and Taiwan. And we got to all eat dinner together, and the dinner was fantastic, and Meredith had her first chicken in 3 years. It was also fantastic. So as you're coming through on your Camino and you're leaving Santander, maybe take 2 days to get here, but if you only take 1 day, you will not be disappointed if you end up staying here. Buenos dias from Santander del Mar.
Good morning!
Now, Santander del Mar is not actually by the sea, however, it is beautiful. So we're going to be exploring it today again before the sun rises in hopes of catching the town before it's overcrowded with all the people who want to see how beautiful it is.
Also, because last night when we arrived, we were way too hungry to walk around anymore, and we got to get food. So we'll give you the morning tour.
Yes.
Welcome.
This historic city is full of ancient and beautiful architecture. Nominally, the Church of Santa Juliana. The architecture and the streets are picturesque, as are the frenzied markets of the daytime. Seeing the sun rise with the fog over these empty streets ensured that our day was going to be a success.
Last night we stayed at our first true, how do you say it?
Albergate?
Albergate, which is basically a hostel that's set just for the pilgrims. It was great. For $54, we got a private room, breakfast and dinner, and a bottle of wine last night. So A+ for that. But the coolest part was that we met a bunch of other people hiking the Camino, and everybody has like a reason behind why they're doing this. And so we spent some time just understanding everyone's reasonings behind it and where they were from. And I think last night we had dinner with people from 4 or 5 different countries. Taiwan,
France, Germany, and Italy.
Yeah, and us.
And Spain.
And Spain, of course. So that was pretty neat. So we're gonna try to stay at more of those.
Having a great day so far. I hope you're enjoying the city. One thing that just made this day even better is that we passed our first person in hiking sandals, and they were also wearing orange bedrocks. They were across the street. It's a little bit of a busy street, so we did not get to say hi, but we waved, we shouted, pointed at the shoes. He waved, he shouted, he pointed at the shoes. Great interaction. It's very hard walking on these uneven steps. Sorry for the jitters. Everyone has a reason to have their contemplative walk. But what about us? Taking a step away from the life that we had been living the past 5 years, we hoped for a journey of reflection and foresight to help in the transition to whatever's next. For us, a month of walking and talking was exactly what we needed for this reflection. It helped to have nothing specific to figure out, just time to think, with as few distractions as possible. This is the first day in 8 days of starting the Camino that we've ever seen clouds.
Which is super ironic because yesterday on our hike, Colin mentioned how we haven't had a single day yet with some cloud coverage.
And now we've got total cloud coverage.
Spoken into existence.
Which means our sunburns are gonna heal finally.
I was gonna say, our skin's gonna be very happy now.
If only we could tell Pascal and Amer what we know now. They have no idea what's in store for the next 3 weeks. For now, we'll just let them be blissfully unaware and happy to see a cloud. One of the great things about being on the Camino, the northern route, is that you're never too far from the ocean. Yesterday we didn't see it at all, but today we're 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Whatcha? Ocean, baby. Beautiful mountains, hills, greenery, lushness, not a lot of roadside traffic. El Camino.
Walking the El Camino. That's us. That's what we're doing.
We mentioned earlier there are many Camino routes. We chose Del Norte because of its historic significance, the lack of crowds relative to the Francés route, and also it's beautiful. Today's hike felt like a mundane day. How exciting! That means that we're finally comfortable. But you know what happens when you get comfortable? Well, let's just say that our pilgrim's luck had turned for the worse. A reminder that despite the peace and laughter, the Camino is not necessarily a party, it's still a humbling experience. 8 days in, 130 miles completed, and here comes the rain.
Walking on roads again.
All right, we are officially 1 week into the Camino.
Woohoo!
Here are 3 things we learned in the first week. First one, bring snacks. Lots and lots of snacks. Even if you don't eat snacks, pack snacks because you'll finish the hike and you won't get dinner until 9 o'clock.
Plus, you never know if you're going to pass through a town where you're going to have lunch or not, or if breakfast is going to be open in the morning, and so it's just always better to be prepared with some extra food.
Meredith, tell them the second thing we learned in the first week of the Camino.
just take it as it is. If you pass a fountain for water, fill it up. If you pass the beach, go for a swim. If you pass a place for snacks, grab the snacks. Let the Camino kind of guide you to what you need.
It will tell you what you need. And the third lesson we learned is you don't really need to plan where you're gonna stay that night. We've planned a few nights, we haven't planned a few nights, and every night that is unplanned somehow ends up being at a nicer place.
And this comes from somebody who hates not having a place booked at least one day in advance, but I will say it has worked out. This whole hike is designed for people to kind of go with the flow and go from town to town, and so there's always an extra bed, there's always another place you can book, and worst case scenario you get there and the hostel is full and you pay for a hotel room. But it hasn't happened to us yet in the first week. Hopefully we're not jinxing ourselves, but good things to keep in mind.
So stay tuned for what we learn in week 2.
So I bought this rain jacket at Decathlon, and when I paid for it, it had a sign that said it's only good for up to 500 deciliters of water. I'm American, so I don't really know how much water that is, but I figured a rain jacket's a rain jacket, it's gonna work, right? We are 10 minutes into this hike, and I gotta tell you, the rain jacket's not rain jacketing it anymore. I'm wet already. We didn't even start the hike yet, we're not even in town.
Buenos dias! It is day 9 on the Camino, and it's going to be raining all day long.
We jinxed ourselves. The other day we were like, oh my gosh, so much Spanish sun.
We've never seen a cloud. This is the first day that we've ever seen clouds.
Which is super ironic because yesterday on our hike, Colin mentioned how we haven't had a single day yet with some cloud coverage.
And now we've got total cloud coverage.
Spoken into existence. Here we are.
Yep, rain all day. Good news is it's not a cold rain yet. It might be later.
Yeah, we'll check back in. So yesterday when we complained about being really hot and in the sun, God came back. He said, guys, don't worry. I got water for you.
So this is our today. We are wet. We are soaking wet. We are cold.
But we have each other. So we got that going for us.
We were midway through October now, the month chosen for our contemplative walk. And we were uninformed about northern Spain's weather patterns, and for some reason expected every day to mimic the sunshine of the first few days. It has been pouring all day long. We ended up getting caught in the rain after hiking for an hour. We took refuge under a bus stop. Then we started walking again, decided that was a bad idea. It was cold, it was raining, so we hitchhiked. A very nice lady picked us up, took us here. It was 3 miles down the road, and we spent 2 hours in here getting coffee before coming up with a plan in order to get rain gear. So we left the coffee shop with a big old plan, elaborate. Turns out, rain gear was right next door all along. And now we are ready to go.
Yeah, we are, baby. Let's do this thing. All right, so we hiked for an hour and a half, and then we came through the town that we were supposed to stay in, but we're staying outside of this town because we couldn't find a place. Anyways, we got to this restaurant. We show up for $11. We get a main entree, bread.
It's not here yet.
A bottle of wine and dessert. So we're just gonna hang out here till we're stuffed and dry, and then head to the hotel for the night. So things are turning around, and we're feeling a lot more optimistic than we originally were. Back at the coffee shop, we were having a full meltdown about the rain. So things are good. Look it up.
We were smiley for the camera, but this was a challenging moment for us. At the coffee shop, we learned that the rest of our Camino would be spent walking in the rain. But we decided, after much contemplation, that there's no place that we would rather be, rain or shine.
I mean, if you're going to have a rainy day, you might as well stop for a whole bottle of wine, 2 seafood dishes, and dessert for $20. And bread. And bread. A lot of bread.
The deal of the dia.
It was good. It was real good.
Our wine-induced optimism faded quickly. The rest of the day was spent cold, wet, contemplating the remaining 2/3 of our journey.
You might be asking yourself, how cold and rainy is it? I had a choice of any umbrella and I picked tan because I didn't care. Just wanted to get dry. Tan! Could have gotten purple with polka dots. Nope, didn't care. Just wanted to be dry. That's the level of adulting I'm doing right now. Buenos dias! There is no more rain today, which is very exciting. So today's game plan is to hike all the way to this, which is about a 17 mile hike. We're not supposed to get rain until 3 p.m. today. So we are just going to hightail out of here and hopefully not hit the rain. But until then, I want you to check out the first glimpse of the picos so we can see. One more piece that I think we've taken away from the last 2 weeks is how badly we both want to learn Spanish. I feel so weird being in another country not being able to speak at all, especially when everyone we've met in Europe knows just about 2 languages and we are barely fluent in English as it is. So we're really going to dedicate ourselves to learning Spanish. So that's a new goal of ours, but until then.
One success story of learning Spanish is that we just had a full conversation with this man who started learning English at 55. He's now 70. It's never too late. In which he used what English he knew and we used what Spanish we knew to have a full and complete conversation about the hike we're on right now and what's coming up ahead. Absolutely incredible. We feel stoked that we just got it to do that, and he seemed pretty stoked too.
Another cool thing that I've noticed on this Camino is age is just not a factor for anybody that's out here. We've got 70-year-olds that are hiking out here. It's like inspired both of us to realize we have such long lives of learning and exploring ahead of us. People out here are inspiring us. Woohoo! This does not count as an outfit change of the day. You did it too?
I did it while walking. I never stopped. I'm a champion.
Do I get more wardrobe changes if I can do it while moving?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Colin has been limiting me to 2 wardrobe changes per day.
Once if she's too hot, once if she's too cold. She needs to learn.
The man does not understand fashion.
She knows fashion.
This is that, people. Are we going the right way?
Yeah.
Cool. Colin, this is so good. I'm so excited. With bellies full of chocolate croissants, we arrived in the mountainous region of Spain, just like the Spanish did. It's good. Life is good.
Oh yeah, we stopped for baked goods and coffee yet again. Just put these Camino arrows on anything. This way. Not even 5 minutes later.
This doesn't count. I'm still walking. Not a wardrobe change.
She did not stop.
Look at that. No wardrobe change. Yesterday was a rough day. It rained a lot. We had some lows. I think it was the first time either of us really experienced the, oh my gosh, weather can impact our ability to finish. But I will say, I think it was really good for us because it both made us realize how badly we want to do this whole hike and how much we're enjoying it. Today, our goals are pretty simple. Colin, take it away.
Today we have 2 goals. Goal number 1, beat the rain today. We have to go fast if we're gonna beat the rain in order to get to the next town of Llanes. Goal number 2, we have no snacks. We didn't get to stop at a supermarket because of the rain. So today we're gonna stop at a supermarket, get some snacks to make sure we are well fueled for this hike. We mentioned in a previous video about the war against the Moors and shaping the Camino, and the history teacher in me wants to dive into the significance a little bit more, especially as we progress through Cantabria towards Asturias. The discovery of St. James in Galicia came at an opportune moment, when the Iberian Peninsula was all but conquered by the Moors. The discovery of the site unified the remaining Spanish states under a religious banner and provided an idol to fight for. After the discovery, it is said St. James reappeared at the Battle of Clavijo, where an outnumbered Christian force won a battle against a vastly superior Moorish army. So far, day 10 on the Camino is going fantastic. We just stopped for lunch. We got some bread, some yogurt, some cheese. Mary's taking a little bathroom break. You know how she gets. But we are over halfway to the Llanes, and I'm very excited for the back half of the way. We're taking the coastal route this time. The route split, multiple Caminos, but only one that's hopefully more beautiful. Time will tell.
I'm back.
Now that Meredith is done with the baño, Back to Camino history. The dawn of the Camino and the unification of northern Spain coincided with the beginning of the Christian reconquest of the Iberian Peninsula. It is said that St. James appeared at many battles throughout the following 700 years during the reconquest, riding a horse and wielding a sword. This portrayal of St. James on a horse riding into battle has become iconic in Spain, and even 8 centuries later, St. James was still a rallying cry and is said to have visited the Spanish conquistadors while they were fighting the Inca Empire in the New World. Even today, if you visit Cusco, you'll find St. James portraits in many historical museums. This religious site, and this rallying cry, grew in importance when the holy city of Jerusalem was lost to the Muslim Empire. This event led to more pilgrims seeking the holy site in Santiago, thus more unification for Spain, and more support from the church to provide safety to the pilgrims. As the Christian unity moved southward, reclaiming lands, the Camino Francés became a road not only for pilgrims, but also for military and commercial transport as well, helping to repopulate the lands that were being reclaimed. And so the trend continued for hundreds of years, and routes slowly extended southward as the rallying cry of St. James and the holiness of the Iberian Peninsula inspired the reconquest.
It's a lot of uphill right now, and we're kind of hitting a low, so right now we're gonna interview Meredith. Meredith, what's your favorite part of today?
Arts and crafts.
She really likes those arts and crafts. What you got in your hand?
One of every color leaf we've passed so far.
What kind of colors you got there?
Oh, I got the reds, the yellows, the
En
orange,
español.
green. Oh, can't do that.
Okay.
Not gifted enough yet. Here, I'll show you how pretty this is. That's my artwork for the day. True favorite part of the day were the peanuts that we got at lunch.
Best peanuts.
So good. Wanted them with the cerveza, but it was okay with water.
My favorite part is this view right here.
The mountains peeking through.
We used to be on that trail down there, looking up at the mountains, and now we're looking across at the mountains.
I'm a cowboy out here walking the mountains. Hear that buckle? That's mine. I rule this town.
Spain is just beautiful, even in October, even in overcast skies.
Today, on day 10, we had 2 goals. Goal number 1 was get snacks, and how'd we do?
Great. My belly's full. Well, it was. I want more food. Just to clarify.
But we did get our snacks at the first, last, and only snack stop we had.
Woohoo!
And 2, we're 5 minutes away and we beat the rain.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, this is our recommendation to never pass up a snack opportunity.
We made it. And guess what? Now I have to worry about jinxing us. No rain.
I already jinxed us.
Hi.
As we sit here enjoying a grocery store dinner, it's time to address a very important question that we kept asking ourselves before we began.
Update mine with a knife.
He does.
What do people do with their luggage? Our plan was to fly to Santiago, drop the suitcases off with a friend, and then fly to Bilbao to begin our journey. Instead, we got a little confused and booked a flight to Porto, Portugal, instead of Santiago. A beautiful city, but not the city where our friend lives. It wasn't until we were at the airport when we realized our misstep, a flight to the wrong country. Once we landed and left, we had 18 hours to find housing and find refuge for our bags. And yes, this meant that we had to return to Porto after the pilgrimage. We were blessed that our Airbnb host had room in her storage closet to support us, and she herself had done the Camino many times.
We're suitcase free!
We are done with the suitcases.
I am so relieved to be done with that problem.
I don't think we ever need them again, actually. We were talking about it. It'd be easier just to kick them off of a bridge some days.
We actually did contemplate burying them in the sand and then coming back a month later, and if they were there, great, and if not, whatever.
Like a treasure hunt.
We texted our Airbnb host last night and we're like, hey, do you have any ideas? And she's letting us keep it like at her little storage unit where they keep all the cleaning supplies, which is so nice. So we're booking with her again in November and we'll be back to get it then.
Yes, so if you need any recommendations on where to stay in Porto, we have the place for you with a great host.
Yes. Yeah, we'll definitely link her page below because she was awesome.
The question still lingers though. What do normal people do with the bags? If you know, please pass on that wisdom in the comments.
Shook it. Hi, just woke up. It's day 11 this time, for reals. It's also the day before Colin's birthday. Woohoo! So we're gonna go get some baked goods, coffee, and then hit the road because we got a 20-miler ahead of us before our rest day. Let's do this. 20 miles a day.
Good plan. It started off sunny, but again, today was a race against the rain.
So one thing you should know before embarking on the Camino, if you are not from Europe, you probably are not used to people smoking everywhere. Yeah, people smoke, but it's not as prevalent as it is here. Very prevalent on the Camino. Every restaurant, every bar, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, on the trail, people are always smoking.
And let me tell you, here's my thoughts on it. I don't care if you smoke, it's fine, do your thing. What really gets me grinding though, is when we are at a restaurant and it is 9 o'clock in the morning and there is a baby sitting in a stroller next to our table and there are 17 people lighting it up all around this poor child. And I just get so upset and I get a headache immediately when we walk into an establishment, and it's just, I don't understand. Very frustrated by it right now. Back to you, Colin.
So know before you go.
That was painful to sit and wait. Oh, smoke. No.
Now we are just getting into the mountainous regions of Spain, or at least this one particular region. We're getting serious Bitterroot Valley vibes from the mountains here.
Yep, it rained and the camera went away. Thankfully, it did not last all day. Yeah.
Hear the robins. See this beautiful walkway. Get you walking down this path, pretty lady.
Although it's only been a few days of rain, every beautiful beach reminded us of the good times, the sunny times, the warm times.
We'll just pretend those people are us.
Yep, definitely. We can't tell.
El burro. Los burros. Friendly reminder to always check the water station before you chug your water thinking you can fill it up. Meredith, would you like to demonstrate?
Nada.
Nothing. We're not the ones you gotta be afraid of. She's vegan, and I don't like beef. So Meredith loves these little library things. And this is the first one we've seen on the trail, and it is stocked with a bunch of goodies. But we probably can't read any of these books because we don't speak Spanish that well yet, but we're learning.
We're learning.
The remainder of today's hike was easy. The dry roads, pretty towns.
All right, so day 11 is coming to a close, and what we've decided is that we need a rest day tomorrow, so it's convenient that it's my birthday and we plan to take a rest day. Which means that every 4, 5, or 6 days is when we're gonna start planning our rest days so that we have time to relax, recover, do our laundry, because we're also out of smelly good clothes, so everything stinks. We can recontinue, get our bearings, make our next plan, prepare for the next push. So as you're planning yours, I'd recommend 4, 5, or 6 days preparing for a rest day. As we start to wind down our miles on day 11, Meredith had an epiphany.
We're just hiking from bakery to bakery, if you really think about it. Every day. New bakery, new town.
Look at her go. She's my lady. One of my favorite sagas on the Camino is when we think we arrive to our place, but we have trouble getting in or trouble finding it. Today is no different. It says we are here, which could very well be true, but which one is it? How do we get in?
Happy birthday.
Today is a very special day. It is Colin's birthday.
Birthday boy.
Woohoo! But he's a little sad today.
Really sad today.
Why are you sad, honey?
I'm sad because nobody wished me happy birthday.
They're all sweet, baby.
But of course stayed up late or woke up early for it. They know it's today. Everybody knows it's today.
We're not used to waking up on the other side of the world on his birthday, so he hasn't had any texts yet.
Except for
me.
Cheryl.
Oh, and Cheryl, our
Thanks,
friend in
Cheryl.
Singapore. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, everybody knows about the time zone differences, which means when it's midnight here and officially my birthday here, it's only 6 p.m. back home. Come
I guess
on,
that's
people.
true. They could think of that. All right, mom, dad, family,
Friends.
next year. Get it right before my birthday next year. So here's the game plan for today. We already went for a run, and then I got stung by a bee. So we had to end the run at 1.5 miles. Personally, I was really happy about that because I am out of shape, and all this hiking makes it really difficult to run.
Another reason, rough birthday start.
Stop it. So after our beautiful run, which check out these views. Incredible. We ran into a friend named Yen. Colin, tell him about Yen.
So Yen we met 5 days ago at one of the hostels, and he is out here on his own journey, hiking the Camino at his own pace, and we happen to see this guy everywhere. This is the 3rd time we've ran into him in 3 different cities, despite never hiking with him.
The last time we saw him was 40 miles ago.
And we finish our run, Mare gets stung by a bee, so we come back early, we're walking down the streets, nobody's awake because it's Spain, and we see Yen. So now we have dinner plans with him tonight, and cider.
And cider, yeah. He's like, what are you guys doing tonight? And I was like, oh, we're actually gonna go celebrate Colin's birthday tonight. And he goes, oh, great, where are you guys going? I was like, I don't know, do you wanna come? And so now we are celebrating with Yen. Woohoo! He's from Taiwan and he's 70 years old. I'm so
That's all we know.
That's all we know about him.
Riba de Sella is the perfect town for a rest day. Beautiful beaches, plenty of restaurants, and lots of other activities too.
We keep coming back to the store, hoping that we can go do an adventure, because it looks like they've got fun adventure stuff, but they're never here.
The first time we showed up, the door was open, we walked in and we said, hola, hola, and nobody came. Then we tried to message them online and nobody came, and now we're back and the door's just locked.
Yeah, but all of their fun equipment's outside in their fun van, which makes me feel like we can do something cool. Look at this. This could be us today. Or this. Should we just go get coffee first?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of my birthday gifts today. Meredith is being my Sherpa and carrying around our backpack filled with towels and camera equipment and snacks.
I'm a good Sherpa.
Thanks, Mare.
I'm standing where the bee incident happened. This is the first time in my life I've ever been stung, and it sucks. It's like a coffee shop thing that you can just order your coffee all the time.
Oh. Another thing you need to know before you travel to Spain is that the Google hours,
Always wrong.
never right.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's all right. We did find that cool place with the 24-hour coffee. So
Like a vending machine for coffee?
it's not the most exciting. We're just gonna take one small coffee and then head to the beach, enjoy the sunshine while it's out, and then we'll get better coffee later today.
All right, so next time you see us, we'll be caffeinated.
All right. €1. Do we have coins?
We got coins. Un momento, senora.
Do I put my hand in? Oh, it's filling up. Wow, that looks good. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Nope.
Oh, a little cup.
News for me.
It's so cute.
And you know when it's done.
Oh, will you help me hold this lid thing? Or maybe you'll set it down for me. Awesome.
Wow.
That looks great.
Let's do that again.
Yeah, you got it. What are you going for? Oh, cafe Americano. Oh, yeah. Now what? This is awesome.
Yeah, it is. I like all the options they have here.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Wow, that's so hot.
So many choices. And it's definitely me sitting on the floor. Hi. Cheers, baby.
Cheers, baby.
All right, to the beach.
A la playa.
It's the little things that make a birthday great.
So that's where we ran this morning. And this is our beach for the day. And there's a surf school out here. Probably with that program we were trying to be a part of, but it doesn't look like the best day for surfing.
No.
And Colin and I don't settle for mediocre waves.
Sure don't.
So we're just so good. Right across from the beach are these absolutely stunning houses. And then this beautiful walkway before the ocean. Let's check it out.
If what I read in the brochure is correct, then all these fancy, beautiful, amazing homes right on the beach are the homes of Spanish people who moved to the Americas, got rich, and then moved back to Spain and built
Really?
these fancy homes. That's what I read.
That's very cool.
The morning was pretty nice until the rain came in the afternoon. Our day was spent walking around the town, eating lots of food, and taking naps. The rain cleared for a stunning sunset in the harbor. It's exactly what we needed to feel refreshed for the days ahead, and refreshed for our dinner with Yen. We certainly recommend a day or two in Ribadesella when you're on your Camino. A highlight of the birthday was trying sidra for the first time, and some amazing seafood for dinner, anchovies and mussels. Thank you, Yen, for an amazing night. Really? Trash collectors at 11:54 p.m.? Only in Spain. In addition to a beautiful sunrise, Spain had one more birthday gift in store for me.
Day 13!
Woo, day 13 on the Camino. We woke up early. Don't know early.
By early, he means 7:30 because the sun doesn't rise till 8:30. How Spain is that?
Amazing. That's so Spanish. And so we got up, we watched the sunrise, recorded a little bit. And now that the sun has risen, we are going to go get some coffee and some bread.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Also, yesterday we took a rest day for Colin's birthday.
Oh, what a great
Our
rest
birthday
day.
man. And we ate our weight in food yesterday.
Oh,
and
yeah.
somehow I woke up hungry, so we had to go
Still
get more.
hungry. Once again, the bathroom situation on the Camino is our worst enemy. Meredith had to make an emergency stop, so we ordered some coffee at this place instead. We missed the bakery right next to us, but that's okay. Although she's been in there for quite some time. I'm almost out of coffee. I'm also nervous for her. Do I go in? I can't go in. What do? I can't contact her. Is she still alive? Did she pass out? We'll never know.
Well, it turns out she was okay.
Look at the waves. Of course there's good waves today. We're not surfing.
We just had a fantastic lunch with our new nuevos amigos.
Nuevos amigos.
Woohoo! In the perfect place at that picnic table right there, and things were going great until all of a sudden there were flies everywhere attacking us, eating us, biting us, and so we had to leave.
That was not the birthday gift, but these two amazing friends were part of it as they were able to translate for Pablo, the real gift. Coming around a bend, we saw hundreds of directional signs, multicolored in this man's yard. We admired them as the man, Pablo, came out to greet us. Pablo had a very thick accent, so although he could understand us, we were pretty lost. That's where our nuevos amigos came in. Pablo invited us in to add our own cities to his forest of directional signs, filled with the cities of all the pilgrims that have passed by. While we painted, he shared his story. He himself has done the Camino in the past, multiple times, often by bike with his friends. After a Parkinson's diagnosis, he retired from the walks and the rides and built this workshop to begin supporting pilgrims along their journey to keep his Camino fire alive. It starts with identifying the cities of everyone who passes, to let you know this is a global adventure and you belong. Then comes the cookies. Then comes the autograph in the guest book, and vice versa, as he has his own stamp for your credentials or your journal. Next comes a book about life, where he allows you to read only as far as you have experienced, leaving open the end for you to explore for yourself. I thought the dance party would have been the final send-off, but once outside, then there came the affirmations before he left on the road. Say yes to love, say yes to peace, yes to trust, yes to freedom, yes to equality. We believe in you, and you are a citizen of the world. Meeting Pablo was one of the happiest and most beautiful moments of our entire Camino.
Wow, were they great. You walk past them and they say, buen camino, something in Spanish. You go, sorry, we're still learning Spanish. And then you have friends for the rest of the day.
Their names were Christina and Pablo.
And we got to share our incredible day hiking through Asturias with them. And they were great. They coached us in Spanish. They talked to us about everything we were doing. We learned everything they were doing. And we're just really grateful that we now have them as friends.
Amigos!
Nuevos amigos!
Nuevos amigos.
Oh, did we mention we crossed into Asturias? Your two favorite pilgrims are now walking through our favorite region of Spain, Asturias. This was the only region to never fall to the Moors, and is considered by many to be where the Christian reconquest began.
You can't be mad at me. You admitted it was chilly when we left. Okay, it has changed. The temperatures have changed, Colin.
Wardrobe change.
This is a nice one.
No kidding.
Out of privacy for other pilgrims, we filmed very little in different hostels or albergues, which is why you'll see more footage of hotels. About half of our nights were spent at each, depending on the cost. This hotel was 40 euros, and the hostel next door was 18 euros per person. If you're doing this with a companion, then this advice is for you. We came to find because we'd pay for 2 people at a hostel, it was oftentimes the same price, or even cheaper, to get a locally owned hotel room instead.
Our deluxe 5-star meal.
Welcome to our restaurante. We've got strawberries and apples, guacamole, a luxury in these parts, some queso, and a lunch bowl that we're gonna split. And shocker, Colin and Mare are eating yet again another baguette. This one's different than the others, I promise.
Most of the time, these also came with breakfast, a really good breakfast. There are a litany of affordable hotels along the way. If you can split the cost with a partner or a new friend, they're even more affordable. At multiple points, we even split Airbnbs and hotels with 4 or 6 people. We spent the remainder of the evening discussing how Pablo inspired us, and the impact he has on pilgrims hiking through. Thank you, Pablo.
This is what happens when you travel full time and you go mess everywhere you go.
We're back.
Hola. The 13 or 14?
13, and it's a rainy day, so we probably won't take you with us much of the day, but we did puncture yogurt already.
It's been punctured, so now
We have to eat it. Dang it. But it's not too rainy. Like, it's not as bad as it was that one painful day, but it's wet.
It's wet. Asturias is beautiful, but it's a rainy time.
Most days we were able to avoid the rain at coffee shops, hostels, or just beat it outright with our speed. Today, no such luck. A lot of rain, so not too much filming. And it was a short day because, well, it was freezing outside.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. All right, a second example of a hotel room that you would get on a Camino. You got 2 beds, a little TV, a nice window. You'll notice there's no bedding here, but they just keep it up in the closet. So no big deal. And then you can go in here. We've got a super nice bathroom, and a man washing his feet comes complimentary with the hotel.
Oh, something she didn't mention. The reason we're staying at a hotel tonight is we wanted to stay at the albergue, but when we showed up, it was fully booked.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to be agile and maybe spend a little bit more than you would hope to, because they book up.
I think this place cost us $50 for the night. So, not bad. Welcome to our lunch spot for the day. We are having a pear that looks just like an apple. Interesting. Cheese, tomatoes, and bread, and some garbanzo beans. So, should be pretty simple, but it works.
2 weeks in, and we still grin with optimism. Northern Spain continues to impress us with its stunning landscapes and its kind people.
We're 2 weeks into this hike, and we're just talking about how we are just feeling the stress of life fade away.
Every day we get less and less stressed. Day 5, we were relaxed.
Yeah.
Day 6, it got even better.
And now we're getting comfortable with the idea of like showing up to a town and not necessarily having the place booked, but having an idea of 1 or 2 places to stay. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll fall back and book a hotel. Happened to us today, but it was like, okay, cool, like, we'll keep going.
Yeah, we're figuring out food a little bit better. We're
Ordering at restaurants better.
I was gonna say, it seems obvious, but grocery stores, you just stuff your bag with as much food as you can and then you eat it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also can order now in Espanol. It's very nice.
2 weeks has been so incredible, and I can't wait to see where we're at in 4
6
more weeks. That's nuts. We're also starting to have thoughts of maybe hiking across Portugal as well to get back to Porto.
I hoped she wouldn't commit to that publicly.
Well, maybe. It potentially might happen.
Stay tuned. Backpacking the Camino, and she feels the need to go in the jewelry stores. She's addicted, people. She's addicted. She knows we're not going to spend any money. She knows we don't have the money to spend. She's going to go in there and give them a false hope in the store.
We've got wind up to 50 kilometers per hour, a lot of rain, and it's gonna be much colder than it's been every other day. So we've been kind of dragging our feet. It's 9:30 in the morning. We still haven't left the hotel room. We're gonna go get coffee, go get breakfast. It looks like if we begin around noon, maybe we'll be able to avoid some of it, but even then, it's gonna be a cold, wet, rainy day. But that's all right.
Some rainy days we took it easy. Some, depending on the distance between towns, forced us to get a move on. This was one of those days.
Not good.
This is our 8th consecutive day of rain. We have now adopted rain mode. Sleep in to avoid the morning rain, sip the coffee extra slow, leave the hostel in our ponchos, and always have our backpack covers on, no matter how funny we look. Not only is this day 8 of rain, but they are projecting 15 more straight days of rain ahead. Despite being halfway on the Camino, we're really just getting started. AKA, we are entering the misery. It rained, and rained, and rained some more. The temperature highs were around 55 to 58 degrees Fahrenheit, or 13 to 15 degrees Celsius, sometimes colder. We learned early on in the rain that if we wore pants, they'd be soaked, and they would not dry the next day. So most of our hiking was done in shorts. The temporary cold meant that we could warm up in our pants at night. Northern Spain is breathtaking, but the fall weather is interesting. You're witnessing us learn firsthand that October is known for being complicated with its weather. The winds off the Cantabrian Sea are strong, rain is more common than sun, and the temperature fluctuates throughout the day. Hence, Meredith's constant wardrobe changes.
Sun!
The rain cleared, the sun came out, and we danced. We mentioned before how our rain protocol includes our backpack's rain cover. This is a must for the Camino. We kind of look like turtles, but they are incredibly effective at keeping everything dry, even in the worst rain that we experienced.
Just a pilgrim. I'm just a pilgrim on my way to Santiago.
One more gust of wind.
Here we go again. Here we go.
After the elements left us battered all day, we arrived at the metropolis of Gijón.
$5 hotel room. So nice. This one also comes with a man.
Oh, I can't do any more rain. My feet are cold, my hair is wet, I smell.
Buenos dias.
Good afternoon.
Woohoo. Oh, it's 12 o'clock now. Okay, yep. Well, guess what?
It's not raining today.
It's not raining. It's day 15 on the hike. Yesterday was a little tough. We had highs, lows, and a lot more lows.
A lot more rain than we anticipated.
Yeah.
It was a lot more cold. It was windy, it was dark. We really did not have that much fun. Would you say it was one of our favorite days?
One of my favorite days.
Amazing how
Yeah,
that happens.
it is crazy. So today, 3 goals, very, very simple. Number 1, stay dry.
So far, so good.
Woohoo! Number 2, we're gonna try to stay at one of those cheaper accommodation places tonight for $9. They have 60 beds. We haven't seen a ton of hikers out, so we're hoping that there's enough room for us.
Historically, we've had bad luck doing this, but tonight, we're gonna make it.
Yep, and goal number 3?
Don't get injured, cook our own food,
Oh, cook our
have
own
a snack.
food.
There's a lot of other sub goals, but those are our top 2.
There's these shells along the route, and we just passed one. I'm like, oh, Colin, you think we go straight? Do you think we take a left? And he's like, oh, normally we go the direction of the butt of the shell. We've been doing this for 2 weeks, and that is the first time I put that together. Guess how far I'd make it on my own? That's very.
The scallop shell is a bona fide symbol of this pilgrimage, and one of the most common wayfinding techniques that's etched along the trail. There are many theories around why the scallop shell is associated with the Camino and St. James. The most widely accepted theory, though, is that it was used by returning pilgrims as proof that they had made it to Santiago. You'll see plenty of these shells with the red cross hanging from pilgrims' bags. Despite eating lots of scallops, we never actually saw these shells washed up anywhere. We in fact only saw them in gift shops. But they're still the symbol. This was the largest and cheapest accommodation we found throughout the journey. €9 per night per person, and as a bonus perk, we got to enjoy a sleepover with about 30 of our closest friends, many of whom snored. One who didn't snore was our new friend Hannah from Taiwan. We met her on our walk today and enjoyed sharing dinner with her, eating as healthy and fresh as possible, including some boiled chestnuts for dessert. At peak season, this hostel would be packed with 60 pilgrims. We were there in off-season and there were still over 30. At this point in the trail, there were still a decent number of pilgrims on the journey, and we came to learn that many people pick Gijón as a starting destination, so there were some new faces. This hostel provided sheets for sanitation, and there's a kitchen provided to help you cook your own meals. We planned for this ahead of time using the Buen Camino app, and stopped at a nearby grocery store after checking in. So this is what we have. We have the first cinnamon roll in Spain or France or Switzerland that we were able to find. It is a Sunday morning. We are at Santa Gloria Coffee and Bakery. And let's see how it goes. Look for a go. It's really good. Oh man.
Alright, I want to bite.
I love cinnamon rolls. I've been reviewing and rating them for years. Santa Gloria did a phenomenal job. It wasn't healthy, which is exactly what I wanted. It was well-balanced dough and heavy on the cinnamon with a stellar vanilla icing. Well done.
Good morning, the sun is just out. Let's see how long until we need a wardrobe change.
This is not my fault.
Bringing back the baguette. But that didn't last long. Wardrobe change number 1. You missed it. It's wardrobe change number 2.
Doesn't count, just a bandana.
We had to stop and she dug through the bag for the bandana.
Hannah was our first friend we spent multiple days walking with. She embarked on this journey alone, and with her fun and outgoing personality, her popularity on the trail came as no surprise. We loved getting to swap tales and learn from her. Mare and Hannah were instantly inseparable. I made a lot of friends along the trail too. Goats and cows were everywhere, but they're not much for conversation. You can see I try to insert myself in the middle, but new Camino friends are fast friends.
Road. Let's see. I think that's good. The proper technique here. Yes. All right, you're stuffed. Hannah, you get 3 more shoe ties the rest of today.
I'll try to do this one really good.
Starting now.
Double bunny ears or nothing.
Yes, okay.
Big moment.
Out and about. Out in nature.
Filming in 4K.
We're definitely not using the voice in this video. My thighs are cold. Biker girl.
It was a beautiful day of hiking. Overcast, wet, but no hard rain. A perfect day to sit with my own thoughts while these 2 besties shared theirs. Mary must still be upset about the tunnel from 2 weeks before.
I really love
Somehow, it's not a rest day, but the surf is huge.
After many beautiful miles, we arrive, more or less dry, to Cudiero. Tonight, we picked an Airbnb with Hannah, as we plan to spend 2 nights here, taking a rest day tomorrow due to an exceptionally bad weather forecast. Even with the 3rd person, getting into accommodations is difficult.
It's the 2nd floor, technically, right?
Yeah, I get
Wow, that's nice. This is good. Wow.
Look at your bed. Yes.
This is so cool.
This is fun. It feels a little bit like back to childhood.
Yeah, we're gonna have a slumber party, guys.
Oh my.
Oh wait, do you have my phone?
Here.
I do not.
We got
This is cool.
This is great.
Like we said before, when you can split accommodations, they get cheap. This was the same cost per person as most hostels. After saying goodbye to Hannah, as she had to hit the road, we did take a rest day, as it was pouring rain. As a reminder, 5 days on, 1 day off. Today, we plan to do what Colin and Mary do best on rest days. Eat, sit, and pretend we're gonna spend all day resting, instead of on our feet. And like what Colin and Mary do best, we got restless and spent the afternoon on our feet.
I'm gonna run into anything, okay? I'm always the kind of person that makes fun of people wearing a vest. I'm like, if you're gonna wear a vest, you might as well just wear a whole jacket. But I gotta tell you, Hannah left this and it is really warm. So we might be stopping at Decathlon and buying a vest. Oh, the sun. Not ready for it.
It's been an amazing rest day in Cudiero. We're out for a walk because the sun is finally out and it stopped raining. But as Meredith just made an observation, they don't make these sidewalks for hand-holding. So we're walking single file and she's getting further and further away from me.
Also, I would like to note, one of our goals every day is to hit at least 40,000 steps while we're doing the Camino. But my goal for today was to be under 5,000 steps. And right now, we're at 3,700. So we gotta turn this ship around pretty soon.
She's famous. She's famous and she's walking down the street. Stop looking at the camera. You're famous. You don't do that. Cudiero was a beautiful city on Asturias' coast. The small port town has retained its maritime charm and its slow pace of life. We loved it. And the colors of the town shone through even on the cloudy day.
I'm so glad we took a rest day today.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty recovered actually. Like I think just not moving all day and honestly watching movies and drinking tea was pretty good.
Yeehaw!
You can hold hands on this street.
You can.
Just one more reason to be on the northern route. These beautiful port cities make it magical every night.
This arbitrary goal of under 5,000 steps today, we're not going to hit that goal because Meredith saw something she liked and she is after it now. That's us right there.
Been in Spain for 3 weeks now and have dramatically improved our Spanish, especially around ordering food, checking into hostels, and saying, Buen Camino. We're still working on our archaeological sign translations though.
This is Meredith pretending she can read Spanish.
Oh, it's in English too.
Just kidding, it's in English.
The works were approved on May 16th, 1892. Well, I'm here to test it out to make sure it's still within what we need to be. Oh, you can't hike into it, I don't think.
Oh.
Oh no, you can't. I ain't going in.
Wow, I'm going in.
No, you're not.
Whoa!
Are you going in?
I don't know what this is. I don't know why they built it. But it's pretty cool. That's my girlfriend. She is not coming in. She's recording me going in. So, starting 2 days ago, I've started having some shin problems. So it was my decision, a joint decision, but because of me, that we're taking a rest day today. We've done a great job, and we had a goal, and we're failing at the goal, but also, how can you not walk through this tunnel? You gotta walk through the tunnel.
It's 6 p.m. and Colin got antsy, and so we're already on a hike again.
Yeah, I lost patience. I had to do something. Getting to the end of the tunnel, and I must say I'm a little disappointed. It is not that impressive looking.
When we were at a distance, this looked really impressive.
It looked really cool from far away, and now that we're here, is it a parking lot? Or does it keep going? Alright, it looks like it keeps going.
Free candy. If we keep going, the sign says.
Free candy.
There's one more problem we're running into on the Camino that we did not expect. And this has nothing to do with being on trail, it has to do with being off trail. Or more specifically with smelling
Let me
off
walk
trail.
you through what's going on. So, everywhere we've been staying, they don't have dryers. Just normally not a big deal, except for it's been raining a lot, and so it's really humid, and our stuff has not been drying at all. And so it's just smelling worse. So it's like the lesser of the two evils. Like, do we wash it and then risk it smelling bad from not drying? Or do we let it smell as is?
This time we took the risk, like we always do, of washing it and letting it not dry. And so far, it looks like it is not going to dry. Look, more rain, and our clothes are still not dry.
So we didn't start our hiking adventure today until noon, and it pays to wait until noon.
It sure does. By sleeping in and relaxing in the morning, instead of in the evening, we felt like geniuses being dry and soaking up the sunshine. Although, our clothes never did fully dry as we waited. This northern view never gets old. At this point in the trail, we kept our bags' rain covers on, rain or shine, because the rain could come out of nowhere.
Playa? Now that's my kind of sign. Well, 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 look what we have here.
I don't want to talk about it.
Is that another wardrobe change?
It got really hot out and you know it.
Oh, I know it's hot out. That's why I had my one wardrobe change into an appropriate amount of gear.
Oh wait, all my stuff's in your bag.
So this is not an ad yet. Maybe it will be in the future. Almost every day on the Camino, we've had these Dannon YoPro 25 grams protein shakes, and they are awesome. Because the one thing that's challenging to get for breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner is any form of protein. And I'm not like a protein kind of guy, but it is nice that for €2, we can get 25 grams of protein, some calcium, some other stuff, just to know that as we're hiking all day, we're gonna be okay. Tell me why you want to move to Alaska.
My thighs are cold. Colin didn't mention to tell me that I had a milk mustache in the last video. Which is so embarrassing. What's wrong with you?
It's out of love.
All right, so lunch break over. We've got 9 miles left to go today, maybe 7, maybe 9. I'm gonna go with 9, just to be on the safe side. And we're almost out of snacks. We're only an hour and a half into this day. So, we're gonna make it.
We were so focused on drying clothes that we forgot to buy snacks. Watching us trudge through the wind, racing the pending rain, we cannot help but remember this walk used to be a sentence for criminals in the Middle Ages. Yes, that's right. Instead of serving a jail sentence, criminals were made to walk the Camino. Upon reaching Santiago, they would receive a certificate as confirmation that they had served their sentence, and thus were free, rid of their sins, and quite often reformed people of society. I'm not sure what crime we committed, but we're sure feeling our sentence now.
So it is beautiful, but it's also really windy. There, how's it looking?
Wendy!
Windy for sure. Hi, Horsey.
You gotta stay hydrated out there.
This is Navigator Colin checking in. We keep going this direction. There's no turn off yet. Eventually there'll be a split off. We don't want yellow, we want blue. Blue takes us to
Home.
the place tonight.
Action. That's the tree.
Huh.
We gotta get out here.
Somehow we are stopped for coffee again. What do you have to say for yourself, Mare?
I love you. Thank you for supporting my coffee addictions.
I've been practicing my Spanish numbers recently, and a big area of practice is when we go out to a store and we buy something and they say how much it costs. And before I look at anything, I always think in my head, I think it's whatever amount it is. Today at the coffee shop though, I had all my coins out on the table and I was ready. I said, "Cuánto dinero?" And she just started grabbing the coins. It was $3.60, Tracy's the same. But I didn't get to practice that. Now, second thing is, if you pay for something in coins, which you do a lot in Europe because they have big coins, it's free. Absolutely free. Doesn't matter how much it actually costs, if you pay in coins, it's free, it's great.
The Asturias architecture is impossibly charming.
This is a spooky time in October.
This is kind of a spooky tunnel, though, I'll be honest. I'm not loving it. Stop it, get out of here.
Today was a nice, easy day following our rest day. Extra easy because it was supposed to rain all day, but we left at noon and had sunshine. Now we're at Noviana, and we're gonna check in here pretty soon, hopefully. Easy day. If spoke too soon, that does not look like hotel restaurant wherever we're supposed to stay. We have not found it yet. Update, we found it. Time to check in and dream. So we are in. This place looks nice, it smells nice. However, nobody here, nobody home. As a reminder, we tended to make our reservations day of, finding accommodations on the Buen Camino app. So we made it to the 3rd floor. This very nice man took my sweaty bag up here for us, and check out our accommodation for tonight.
Come on in. So we've really upgraded the places that we've been staying lately, and this one might be one of the best. So, for starters, we've got an awesome bed. And it's not 2 twin beds pushed together, it's one cohesive bed.
Thank goodness.
So nice. We've got a fan, which we haven't had yet on our Camino experience.
Amazing.
We'll be in. In here, we've got a closet, which I don't think we'll be settling into too much, but it is a good little bit of it. Now, come over here. This is the best part. We've got these ladders. And a window that opens up to the most amazing view of this area. How amazing is that? And I think we're gonna have a pretty good sunset from here. Not that we'll be in the room. We'll probably be doing something cool, but you know, if we were here, good sunset. Now, we also have the bathroom. Ta-da! With a hairdryer in the morning. How luxurious is that?
Great work.
Yes.
Its own window.
And we have towels. Oh, I think there's
Just
some
on the bed.
Okay.
Nice shower. Look at that shower head.
And I think
love a good shower head.
this place also came with breakfast for tomorrow, and I think we spent about $60 US on it. So, not bad.
Not bad at all.
It's definitely one of the more expensive places we've booked, but
It's one of the more expensive places we booked. However, when the hostel next door was $55 and this was $60,
we're like, all right.
I'd say it's worth the extra $5. Buenos dias.
We stayed at the best hotel last night.
It is El Fernon. Oh,
There we
El
go.
Fernon.
It was a little bit pricier than the places we've been staying before. I think it was like
about €8 more.
Yeah, it was like $60. But it was so worth it. I feel so refreshed and ready to go today.
Hot showers, extremely comfortable beds, and
Yeah.
how much noise did we hear?
None, which is amazing. I can't tell you how many nights we like lay down and then there's a party or something happens and it's so freaking loud. And here it's been really quiet, which is great.
And we had the best breakfast that was included
Yeah.
that we've had in Spain since we got to Spain 3 weeks ago. #1 breakfast here at El Fernon.
Yeah, we had
and it was
eggs,
included.
bread, tomato, 2 cups of coffee.
Muffins
Amazing.
and fruit. They
Yeah.
took a fruit order, which was very
Yeah.
fun. He's like, oh, what fruit would you like? Obviously, it was in Spanish, so we're like,
I thought he was asking what juice we wanted, so Colin ordered kiwi, and I was like, you're getting kiwi juice? Turns out it was just fruit.
It was just fruit.
Yeah. But
It was great.
Today's
Great experience.
a very special day.
Tell them why it's a special day, Meredith.
All right, we are gonna go stay with my brother's host family when he studied abroad 5 years ago here in Spain, which is the whole reason we're doing this specific route and why we're here today. So we're really excited. We're gonna have 2 nights with them. And I think it's gonna be a great time.
I'm so excited to meet them. Mason has told us so many good things about them.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be great.
Yeah, and if you've watched enough of our videos, you know we love staying with a host. So I think this is gonna make it extra special.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, see you in a bit. That's our hotel. We stayed in that top corner room, so we had an amazing view.
Best view. As you can see, this is a Spanish hotel, not your typical Motel 6. It's charming, beautiful, comfortable, and pretty unique. No,
All right, every town we've passed in this region has had one of these houses next to most homes. There's actually a perfect example right over there. I don't yet know the history behind this or what this symbolizes, but that's gonna be one of the questions we ask Mason's host family is, what are these things? But they're pretty cool. And I wonder if you can open the door. Can't open the door. What happened, honey?
Well, I'll be taking these shoes off now. We're crossing the creek down there. I step on one log, and as I put my weight on it to move my foot to the other log, that log, boom. So this foot goes in, and I'm like, whoa, and that foot goes in. It's bedrock time, baby.
Yeah, time to do it.
So it is day 20, and as you can see, it is another rainy day.
It wasn't even forecasted today.
Not forecasted. You can just never know what the Camino's gonna throw at you, especially with the rain. There's so much rain. Anyway, camera's going away now. The rain has passed, the sun is out, and we did a little bit more research on what those buildings are. So stay tuned for that lesson. Meredith found a beach. We're going to the waves. They're crashing, they're exploding. It looks very cool from far away. Ooh, butterfly. And we're going and we're going. It's hard to run with a backpack. So now we're walking.
This is another example of why we are here. An hour and a half listening to the wind and the waves of the Atlantic Ocean and the Cantabrian Sea. We didn't see a soul the entire time.
I'm not sure what beach we are at, but it is beautiful. We are alone, and just listen to the sound that the rocks make when the waves crash against them and pull out. It's beautiful.
In addition to the cold and the wet, the rain brings mud. Lots of it. One more reason sandals are not a bad idea.
We just had a fantastic snack of peanut butter, can't shake the habit, crackers and dates grown locally here in España. And boy, did we have a great view. Watching the waves crash on the rocks. Northern Spain is just so much more pretty than we imagined.
It is. That's all I have to contribute.
Behind the scenes footage of Meredith flossing, overlooking the ocean.
We don't have dental insurance. You gotta take good care of your teeth out here.
This might be the most cinematic and beautiful recording of anyone ever flossing their teeth.
So the forecast says tomorrow is gonna be crazy stormy, which is great because we're taking a rest day with our host family. But today is so dang windy.
It's windy again!
It makes it hard to walk up hills. It makes it hard to talk, but it's good.
With backpacks full of smelly clothes, spirits full of excitement, and tired legs, we arrive to just outside of Luarca and are greeted by the most generous family. Although we refer to this section of our journey as the misery, it was in fact some of our best memories. Join us next week as we wrap up this 5-part adventure with the finale, our final days of the Camino de Santiago.
So much fun with Mason's host family.
Oh my gosh.
And we haven't got a chance to talk about it yet because it's a little rainy, so we gotta put you away. But I cannot wait to sit down tonight and tell you all the stories because that was such a great experience.
Clara, Nacho, thank you. Muchas gracias. We had an amazing time.
Definitely. All right, see you soon.
You can see here, waves, and oh, Meredith putting on jackets.
Oh my gosh. I wish you guys knew how cold and windy it was out here. You would also be doing this.
She just doesn't stop. Wardrobe change after wardrobe change after wardrobe change.
Love me.
I love her.
One more thing Nacho and Clara taught us. This thing here, it's an Oreo. This one, it's a Panera. The core difference is between the one or the two peaks, but both are used to store grains and food and are elevated to protect them from pests. Historically, it was used to signify wealth within a village, but now it's just become synonymous with historic construction. Most regions have their own style, all of which are charming.
Here we are after another, well, not another easy day, but an easy day coming back off of Mason's host family. We are very relaxed as we enter Luarca. This town is just beautiful. Can't wait to show you, and I hope you love it too.
If you're just now joining us, we are leaving a 2-day rest break at Meredith's brother's host family, Nacho and Clara, who live just outside of Luarca. It was 2 rainy, restful days. Today is a short walk to get back to town, and Nacho, our new adopted dad from Spain, allowed us to walk the remaining few miles into this beautiful coastal town.
One of the things I love about Meredith is that she can't read Google Maps. She made us sprint across the street in front of a car when actually we were just supposed to go across this bridge. Sometimes you should just know when she tells you one direction, it ain't correct.
So again, we are staying in the cheapest option we could find in Luarca. However, just walking from the lobby and up the stairs to our room, we can tell that this
So
is
nice.
maybe the nicest hotel we've stayed in.
Uh-huh.
Ever?
It was $50.
Yeah. Okay. €50.
Come see the room.
Let's check out this room. I guess we have lights.
This is amazing.
Absolutely
Oh, we've got a fridge.
amazing. And we have a fridge. We don't have fridges normally. Open it up, open it up. Oh, little fridge.
Yeah.
And a safe.
Huh?
Wow.
Little closet thing.
But look at this. Side paneling.
This bed looks
Absolutely
Oh my
amazing.
This bed is so comfortable.
Mary takes a nap. I continue the tour. Oh my gosh. This bathtub. Not a very exciting shower head, but it exists. This hotel was shocking for the price. It was historic by nature and just beautiful. Again, the price was comparable to 2 beds at a hostel, a bit more in this case, but the hostel we tried to stay at across the street was completely booked. So we weren't mad when we ended up here.
City Hall, where our friend works.
It's a very good city. Mm-hmm. Very good job in City Hall.
Yes. They're doing good work here.
Another remarkably charming port town Luarca captured our hearts. All the coastal towns we passed through were incredible, but Luarca felt extra special. The white buildings, sheer cliffs with a church atop, a river crisscrossing the center of town, and plentiful taverns specializing in sidra had us completely mesmerized.
Just shopping with my eyes, not with my money. Just thinking about it.
Because of the storms battering the coast, the waves outside the harbor were extra heightened. Watching the waves crash was our favorite part of exploring this beautiful town.
Oh, those are some of the biggest waves. It looks like the ocean is angry right now. Look at that. Do you want to go out on this thing?
Yes.
Can we do that?
Let's do it. These, barca. These, barco. Although in Asturias, there's a special name for barca. Don't remember it.
All right, we are enjoying our day in Luarca. We just finished our siesta. This town is beautiful.
Yes.
Now, what we are doing is we are on a wave watching expedition to find out where we can see the biggest waves go.
Oh, yeah.
What do we call this?
Las Olas? No, yeah?
Las Olas!
Oh, yes! Las Olas Expedition.
Expedition Las Olas is a success. We have some amazing waves. They are beautiful, they are crashing, they are thrashing.
I love it here.
Out of respect for Clara and Nacho's family privacy, we didn't film at their home, but we are so grateful for their kindness. The past 2 days were exceptionally cold and it rained non-stop. Instead of hiking in the cold, we retreated to world-class paella and a lesson in properly drinking sidra. After it falls and hits the glass, drink it fast. Sidra is Asturias' drink of choice, and due to its vitamin C content, it's credited with saving hundreds of sailors from scurvy throughout the ages. Another lesson from Clara and Nacho. Oh, and we laughed a lot. The waves and the sunset tonight were the icing on the cake to helping us feel rejuvenated for the weather ahead. It's Camino time.
Times I have to bring up the fact that we've been hit with a lot of crazy weather on this hike.
Mostly wind and rain.
But today it is all forgiven. We have had the best sunset and rainbow and crazy waves.
Beautiful waves, beautiful rainbow, beautiful girl. Everything's just been beautiful today.
Bonita. So besides being Colin's full-time girlfriend here, I'm also his part-time chiropractor.
It's true.
And so I'm going to attempt to crack his ankle on this beautiful side of a mountain.
While the sun is setting, it's very romantic, very Camino.
I'm gonna pull from like here and here, okay?
No.
No?
Pull from where it normally hurts.
Like here?
Yes, because this is what's hurting.
And then pull this part?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Does that fix it?
I don't know, we'll have to walk.
Healed?
I'm healed.
That's crazy. I have no idea what I'm doing.
So we just had an amazing dinner experience and went up to pay and I said, disculpe, puedo pagar la cuenta, por favor? And she looked at me with surprise and went, good Spanish. And I panicked. But I didn't know what to say and I didn't want to ruin the illusion, so I went,
So proud of him. Good morning. It's day 23 of hiking the Camino. We're gonna go get a muffin.
It's a muffin day.
It's a muffin day. And then hit the trail. We've got 20 miles to do today. The rain is supposed to hit at 3 p.m. But we should probably arrive by 7, which means we're gonna have a few hours in the rain. We have nowhere booked for tonight, but we're gonna be really relaxed about it today, aren't we?
Yes. It's gonna be very well behaved, she
Yeah.
promised.
I'm gonna try my best. I think I'll panic by 3 p.m. But before 3 p.m. I'll be cool. All right,
See you soon.
let's get after it.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge.
Coffee was a success. Next stop.
Bakery, but would you believe it? I'm putting us in the wrong direction. We gotta go this way. All right, so we got a cup of coffee, found the bakery. We're going in the right direction. We're gonna hit that, and then we're gonna hit the road. We should arrive around 5 p.m. is what Google Maps says. So I'm guessing like 6:30?
6:30 sounds good.
6:30.
This bakery was awesome, just what we needed. We pointed to the goods that we wanted, and then we hit the park for breakfast to watch the Luarcan world go by.
I'm a baked goods monster.
Okay, this is like one of those just random advertisement TVs in town, but for some reason on the rotation is a shark attacking a cage. And it really makes me want to go shark cage diving, Colin. I don't think I'd
Do
be.
that in Luarca?
I don't know. There's no way they've got sharks like that in Luarca. Do they?
I don't know.
Wait, did she give us the wrong one?
Ah!
She gave us the wrong one!
No!
No! How did that happen?
Oh man.
What? That's not what we wanted!
No, I was very clearly pointing to this.
Did you watch her when she packaged it up?
No, I was counting money.
Oh my god. Look, the sharks are back again.
Oh man.
Man, this is not what we wanted.
This is a disaster.
The daily struggle of trying to fit a baguette into our bag.
I've been cut by the baguette.
Oh my gosh, how?
European bread. We wanted the real dessert. The croissant's good, but
Not what we were after.
ah!
Bye, Luarca. It's a little bit on the windy side today,
You can say that again.
but we are so happy it's not raining. So we'll take the wind. Waves from last night, somehow they're even bigger today. That is nuts.
For the first time since we started hiking today, I feel like I finally know where we are.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Luarca. Thank you for an amazing 2 days and taking care of my brother. We will see you next time.
Real de Santiago. Ain't no fake Camino.
It's gonna be a great day.
Great day.
This is the first day in 5 or 6 days where I've started off the trail and I'm like, all right, let's do this. I'm pumped for 20 miles. I feel good. I'm recharged. I'm ready to go. The last 5 days, I have been exhausted.
Yeah, zombies in the morning.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's because we're getting too little sleep or eating too. We're just. It was the weather. It's got to be the weather.
Well, I feel like it's a combination, right? Of like the weather, the fact that we've been on the go for 2.5 months straight, and the fact that we did 200 miles of hiking, no, over 200 miles of hiking, in like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, catching up to us. But today, I'm feeling good. Woohoo! It's a kiwi.
They're not when they grow and it grows on this.
Yeah, they're not ready yet, and we're obviously not gonna steal them from this very lovely house, but how cool!
The walker had us charmed, and we were sad to leave.
Wow! This is amazing. This is really cool. I wonder how old it is. Pretty neat. Ooh. Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Stand here.
Here comes a new friend.
Okay, buddy.
Maybe he's not a friend. Oh, he has a friend up there though.
It's windy.
Windy day. Of course, now the wind stops though.
Yeah, no, it's good. There we go. You're so cute. You will come with us? Come on, let's go hike the Camino. Come on, get.
Almost got them.
Ooh. You gotta go home. You can't come to Santiago. You won't make it.
Not with those little legs.
Too little. How long is this cat gonna follow us for?
I don't know. We decided to name this cat Camino.
Oh, Camino.
This cat's been following us since this village way over here. So we're a little bit nervous that it's now our cat.
We keep trying to like ditch the cat just so it like stays near its home, but then it'll cry and just follows after us.
Well, now it's leading us.
Yeah, now it's leaving us. Maybe it knows where the Camino goes next.
That's why we named it Camino.
Are you changing your clothes?
We are changing on the move. It does not count. You're slowing down. You're slowing down. Let's see. Can she handle a wardrobe change on the go? Or is she gonna slow this whole operation down?
Probably gonna slow us all down, baby.
So far, so good. Oh, she's got this. She's got this in the bag. Good work. Well, surprise, surprise.
Time to put you away.
It's raining again.
Cold and wet and windburned, we found refuge just outside of a small restaurant, just long enough to book a hotel in the Asturias countryside and get out of the rain.
Good morning.
Here we are again.
It's day 24. Yeah.
And it may look like the sun is shining.
Yes. It's not.
It's not.
It's dark, doomy, and
We've
cloudy.
got about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and our goal for today is just to try to stay dry, but honestly, we've been failing at that goal, so maybe it's just to stay positive and have a good time.
Have a good time.
We probably won't take you with us much today, but no, we're getting about 12 miles or 15 miles in.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and if it stops raining, we'll see you soon. All right, so we are having what we call a gas station Sunday lunch, which means all of the restaurants and grocery stores are closed because it's Sunday, so you can only get what you can find at a gas station, which I think we've started to perfect.
First, we have tortilla. This is going to be the base of the meal. Tortilla. Next, we found salsa. With the salsa, it means we can put anything we want on the tortilla and it'll just taste like salsa. So, we got lentils, peas, we're hoping they're pickled carrots, peanuts, and for dessert, 0 sugar cookies, and for fun, this thing.
I'm excited.
If you're thinking right now, this is a strange assortment for lunch, you would be right. Looking back, it wasn't our best meal. But we were ready for an experiment and happy to eat.
It's pretty good.
Hands. All right, you know, for a gas station lunch, it's not half bad. In fact, it's pretty healthy. We've got proteins, we've got some fats, we've got some carbs.
Vegetables.
Yeah. So, not the most exciting meal, but I feel like it's a little bit better than peanut butter and jelly, which we didn't even have the option to get, which is funny.
That is funny, actually. Meredith has made some friends.
Oh, man.
They're getting very comfortable.
Now, time for some sugar-free cookies.
They taste sugar-free.
I love them.
I want the sugar.
By the time we finished lunch, the sun had popped out to say hello.
No, I'm stuffed. That was a good meal. We needed it. And now the sun is out, and it's time to hit the road.
The weather shifts so much here. It was cold, miserable, rainy, and windy for about 3 hours. And now it's sunny, short sleeves, and a beautiful day. Woohoo! Meredith and I only surf a little bit, twice before. However, we can spot a good surf beach when we see one. And this, my friends, is an epic surf beach. There's actually no beach, it's just a cove. But these sets are perfect, one after another. Sets is surfer lingo. And look at that beauty. Look at it. Okay, I lied. There is a beach attached to this cove. We just couldn't see it before. Regardless though, beautiful surfing beach, beautiful, beautiful day. We're so glad it's not raining. Woohoo! Not even 15 minutes has passed since our last recording of the beautiful weather, and we're in for it now. Ah!
But guess what? Jams are going well, spirits are high.
Spirits are high.
Bring it on.
The next few hours were sometimes sunny, sometimes cloudy, always windy.
So we've had some strange smells on the Camino so far.
It's so bad.
This might be the worst. It smells like we are downwind of a porta potty factory.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Oh,
What do we do?
I don't know.
We can't stop breathing.
Plug your nose, we gotta keep going.
other dangerous thing about doing the Camino out of the main time is bathrooms. Bathrooms on the Camino are already tricky. However, they're extra tricky when you get to them after hiking for 2 hours and they're closed. Danger. Seeing these massive Spanish waves really inspires us to go get surf lessons.
We're gonna do it. We're
One
gonna
day.
become surfers one day.
We will be surfers.
Hold us to it. Our biggest fight along the Camino is when a biker or a car is coming towards us and we have to get over to one side and we can never agree on which side to get over on. And so we end up arguing while this car or biker's coming towards us and we're just fighting in the middle of the road. And it's very dramatic.
You would think after 24 days we'd know how to deal with it.
We don't.
It's just gotten worse.
Yeah, it really has. It's the worst.
If you're watching this video and have done the Camino with a friend or a partner, or a different multi-day challenge similar, what was your biggest fight? After hundreds of miles in the beautiful countryside of Asturias, we crossed this rainbow bridge into our final region of Spain, Galicia. It's not as much fun eating this inside. It's the same foods, put together the same way. We even have a table.
It's just dripping out at the end.
It's a disaster.
Buenos dias.
Good morning, it is day 25.
And we've had cake for breakfast. We've had other things for breakfast. We've
Cookies.
had coffee.
Tea?
It's been great.
Yep.
However, we have a very sad goodbye to say today.
Yeah, no more ocean time.
Adios, El Mar.
On our way to Santiago.
Yep, no more sea for us, but a lot of hills.
Yep.
Let's get to it. It's poop time, baby. So we just passed a forestry logging workers. There's a big old sign that said, "No authorized personnel. They're working on the forest. Danger." Well, danger's our middle name.
We walked right through it.
So we walked right through it. And we have a little bit of mud on our shoes, but that's it. We survived.
Woohoo! Constant rain. Again. And today was supposed to be our dry day. We had like, oh, that's why I'm cold, because I don't have my other one on. Because yesterday, today, and tomorrow were supposed to be like the good weather days, but we've been hit with rain all of them. And now we're sitting in this bus stop debating how to best get to town. Because we're still 5 miles away.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, that's not bad.
I don't know what Colin was thinking. 5 miles is a long way to go when it's cold, wet, and windy.
Day 25.
This is it. This
Here
is
we go again.
the glamorous side of the Camino.
Back in the daily uniform.
Day 25, and we are fully embracing our new fashion, Camino style.
Alright, so we made it to our hostel for the night. We are both beat. And we got rained on for like 4 hours. And then we had like a 3-course meal.
Oh, it was great bottle of wine.
So good. It was another one of those like $20, here's a bunch of food type things. And then we got to town, tried to get to the original hostel we were going to. Nobody came to the door, so we went to the next one. And then we ended up getting the entire room to ourselves.
It was great.
Nobody here. Nobody here. Just us.
Just us. And it's probably the nicest one we've been to.
Besides the ones that like have their own curtain.
Yeah. But this one's really nice.
But we're gonna go get some sleep now.
You get a reputation on the Camino after a couple of weeks. My reputation is that I'm always asking for cinnamon rolls, and it's a challenge because there's not a lot of cinnamon rolls in Spain. However, we got word 2 days ago from some of our friends who are a little bit more ahead of us that this bakery has the best cinnamon rolls in all of Spain. I'm happy to report they were correct. What's great about the cinnamon roll here is that it has the same croissant-like texture that the other rolls and baked goods have, but also it has the icing that's just light, delicious, a little bit of hint of lemon and a lot of sugar, and it's really good. Plus the cinnamon flavor is out of this world.
After Spain's #1 cinnamon roll, we rolled on to the next town.
Hey, it's day 30 or 27 or 28 or 29. We have no idea anymore. But what we do know is we have no rain today until 3 p.m. So we left super early and we hit the road. So we've been staying at hostels the last couple nights and we've been running into the same people because it's been so rainy. And it's actually really nice. Like, we're starting to know probably like 15 people on the trail.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Because every night, people are only going the shortest distance because it's storming and it's miserable. So.
Tonight, we're having dinner with our friend Hannah that we met a couple of weeks ago. Whew. She got us groceries because today is a holiday here in Spain. It's November 1st, which is kind of like their Halloween. And apparently a lot of restaurants and stores are closed today. So she picked us up groceries. We're making a fun race dish with her.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
One of the challenges we were not entirely prepared for this entire past week and the entire upcoming week. It's cold and it's downpouring with heavy winds. Our friend from London even called it a hurricane. From Florida, we're a little skeptic, but it's rough weather. The good news is everybody is in the same boat, and misery loves company, so we're all kind of having a blast with it. More wildlife on the Camino.
Well, you can't even. Okay.
Now is a good time to mention that our former cat, Camino, creative name, did eventually stop following us. We hope that she is still out there, guiding other pilgrims along the way.
The animals along the Camino love leading the way.
You know to go bye-bye. So, I don't know why. We had access to a grocery store yesterday. We were told things were going to be closed today, but for some reason we didn't pack lunch. So we're living off of Starburst today.
Off-brand Starburst.
Off-brand Starburst. Yellow's our favorite, blue's second best.
The saddest part about the awful weather is not hiking through it. It's not being able to have the camera out to be able to film how beautiful Galicia is. It's mountainous, we are away from the sea, farms, rolling hills, beautiful mountains. And unfortunately, we just can't capture all that much of it. So enjoy what you get. One of the problems with all the rain is that the road gets flooded a little bit. Nothing the bedrocks can't handle. Some Galician wildlife.
Is this considered a wardrobe change?
My first one in 7 days.
What is this? Does anybody know? Hi, it's
Hello.
us again. I don't know if you know this about us, but we're hiking through the rain.
Check it out.
It's so much fun. I asked Colin like 10 minutes ago, I was like, hey, do you want to stop and we can put on more layers? And we're like, no, it's okay.
We'll tough it out.
Yeah, and then 5 minutes later, we come and we find this amazing little shelter and I'm like, God gave us a second chance. Let's put on the layers.
But check out the layers we're putting on. Brand new rain pants.
Yes.
We match.
Us and our 6 friends on the Camino all bought them. Yeah. Whew, okay, we're gonna try to warm up and then we'll head back out.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
So we're hiking on day 29, I think, and it is flooded.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Mare. It is flooded everywhere. Beautiful. I'm glad we don't have to walk through it today. Glad this bridge goes over it, but water's pretty powerful. Here we go again. We are coming up on day 30 of the Camino, and it was supposed to storm again. We woke up.
Don't jinx us.
And it was supposed to be raining, and it was. So you know what we did? We stayed at our hostel until 10:58, until we were kicked out. And what's that, Meredith? No rain?
There's no rain!
You're gonna ruin it. What we did find is this beautiful river that's gushing because it's full of the rain, and this amazing old monastery covered in moss.
Situated north of Portugal, Galicia is home to our final destination, Santiago de Compostela. With several millennia of history, Galicia is a magical place with a charm and culture all of its own. The landscape, as far as we trekked, consisted of rolling hills, plenty of rivers, and lush landscapes. For your Camino, when you cross into Galicia, you start veering south also, away from the coast from the first time on the Del Norte route. It's too cold for swimming anyway.
I felt so defeated yesterday when we were walking. We had pouring rain, strong wind, we were up to water in our knees. And for a minute there I was like, why on earth are we doing this? And then it kind of hit me how cool it is that we have the time and the flexibility to spend a month in Spain. And even though I am freezing cold, I am so uncomfortable, I've only had bread and Starburst, I have the freedom and the flexibility to wade through water on a Thursday afternoon. And that's pretty cool.
And today she's not cranky, so woohoo!
Yeah. Good morning.
Buenos dias.
It's day something or other. We are staying in a super nice hostel hotel thing tonight.
It's more like a bed and breakfast, but for pilgrims.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And what's really cool is that once again we're staying with everybody that we know. So that made it really fun. We had 3 friends here today. First one is Jeff from California. Hi, Jeff.
Then we got Johan from the Netherlands. What's up, Johan?
And then a guy named Lucas from Germany. So it's been really fun getting to know people from kind of around the world.
Yeah, we've had dinner with them, breakfast with them, a couple nights in a row now. And today we're all going to the monastery.
Yes. But last night we had winds that were so bad they kept me up. So it should be a very interesting day. Apparently there's a horrible storm that's going across Western Europe. And then there's another storm that came in last night coming across northern Spain. So we'll see how we do.
We'll make it.
Alright, I'm not going to say anything in regard to the weather right now because every time I've mentioned it, then all of a sudden it turns terrible. But check out this bridge. You can see the amount of flooding that's been going on if you look at the trees, and that's not the first time we've seen something like this. It's pretty common right now. But we are down to the last 60 kilometers. Spirits are much higher. We're thinking probably 3 more days, which I think we can do. And it's at this weird point for us where it's like, I want to be done. I am so tired of being cold and miserable every day. But I also never want this experience to end. So I guess we'll just get there when we get there. But very grateful to have had this. This might be one of the coolest things I've ever done. Except for the time that I crossed the Grand Canyon with my dad. Shout out to you.
For centuries, knights, bishops, kings, princesses, and peasants have been making this journey. Getting blisters, getting rained on, figuring out food, and celebrating together in the square at the cathedral. With only 60 kilometers remaining, the anticipation of completing this journey and having our names etched into the millions of known and unknown faces who have taken these same steps was all it took to keep our tired legs moving. We arrived at the beautiful monastery in Sobrado, and as we popped open a few bottles of wine, Lucas cooked us a phenomenal meal. At this point in the journey, it became clear that we were going to finish this with our new friends. It's what we've been hoping for this entire time. We felt spoiled with Jeff's book recommendations, Johan's incredible stories, and Lucas's to die for cooking. These guys were great. Chef Lucas blessed us with another incredible meal, and because we had leftovers and there was only one other person at this hostel, we made friends with Josh. Pretty soon, you'll too be blessed with his amazing English accent.
Good morning. It is our second to last day, so things are getting a little emotional now because we know, pause for car. We know that it's coming to an end, but it's also very exciting. I think we have 22 kilometers today, and then we'll wake up tomorrow morning and just do a 10K, and then we're done, which is super exciting. So we spent the night at a hostel. We ended up knowing everybody here again, which is a great feeling. And so we all just had breakfast and are getting ready to hit the road.
One, two, three, ready to hike.
Yeah, right.
Yes, this is.
I didn't realize.
Although we are well into our pilgrim journey, there's something that you should know that we were late to the game with and terrible at filming. Your pilgrim passport, aka your credentials. This sheet of paper doubles as a great fridge material and proof of your Camino when you arrive in Santiago. It is the modern-day adaptation of the medieval practice to ensure safe passage and penance.
This is the first morning in 2.5 weeks that we didn't walk out into pouring rain. And I'm the coldest that I've been the whole time, I don't know why. And I just kept thinking about my wool socks that are sitting for me in Portugal. Just gotta make it to the socks.
With all these days of cold and rain, how have we not gotten sick yet? It's a Camino miracle.
Let the record show, this was Jeff's fault that we changed.
That's right.
Not mine.
She gets 2 more. She still has 2 to go.
There were a couple along the way.
So it is day 32, we're about halfway done, and this is our second to last day on the Camino. Yesterday we officially merged from the Del Norte route to the Francés route, which means that now there's a lot more people. We had almost 31 days of us and 3 or 4 other people, and now just in this one day we passed 25 new people. And we're only halfway through, so very different experience, even though it's just been one day on this new route. Not a bad experience, but just very different.
We are down to the final 22 kilometers of this hike. And it feels so weird to think that in a couple of days we won't have to hike anymore. But we've come across some pretty cool things, so let me show you around.
If you're feeling nostalgic about the end of the journey, there is an option if you want to continue, to Finisterre, a few additional days that'll take you to the furthest west point of continental Europe, known as the end of the world. The archaeological sites along this route suggest it was used by Celtic peoples up to 1,000 years BC for the ceremony at Land's End. Incidentally, this predates the Christian pilgrims by almost 2,000 years. We chose not to continue our journey to Finisterre, as our immune systems were pretty broken and we were feeling very fulfilled.
We're good. All right, so we're getting ready to check into our Airbnb for the night. We decided to book one with all of our friends.
6 of us getting it, splitting it, and it's cheap.
Yes, and we are 20 kilometers away. So that means tomorrow morning we'll have breakfast and be there before dinner.
Yeah, hopefully, unless something goes very, very wrong.
Yeah, knock on wood.
So no matter how many days we've been on the Camino, when we get to a place, we sometimes still have trouble checking in.
Okay, so we've checked in to our final Airbnb before we get to Santiago. Colin brought me a glass of wine because he's
for me.
the best. Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I was
so
just
sad.
getting it in the shot.
That's so sad. So we're gonna give you a little tour, which is not that exciting, but this is our room. And as you can see, we are still just as clean as we always are.
Every day.
Our friend Johan is sleeping here, and let's take you down the stairs. So you've got our wonderful living room / bedroom. But here's the real special part. Drying rack for our socks. How many feet do we have?
Maybe there, no?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
It is good morning, our last day.
Santiago.
How you feeling?
I feel great. First one awake this morning, had a good shower, I'm ready to go.
I feel sad. Yeah, I feel like I've refused to walk the last 20 because I don't want the dead. But also I think I just need some coffee, so we'll see.
We learned that the closer we got to Santiago, the better marked all of the trails were.
It's the last day on the Camino.
We're going to Santiago!
I can't believe it.
We've made some amazing friends the last few days that have made all the rain and the cold fly by, and now we wish it wouldn't end.
Yeah, it's weird. The only thing I'm excited for is not having smelly clothes every day.
Oh,
But
yeah.
other than that, I think I'm gonna really miss walking every day. This has been great.
Been an incredible journey.
Yeah. We're gonna have an amazing last day.
We already are. Yeah, croissants. As it turns out, the wardrobe change is contagious.
First one of the day.
These guys have only been with us a few days, and they're already taking a wardrobe stop.
We're down to the last 16 kilometers. Getting so close.
Our new group of friends and us ate one Santiago cake per day the final week of the Camino. It's hard to describe exactly what it tastes like, but it's delicious and thematic.
The owner brought us a slice of his cake because we snuck this one in to compare.
We went into a restaurant and we took our own cake. We bought coffee there, so we didn't feel too bad. But then the trick was they then gave us more cake from their own cake stand to prove that theirs was better. So that's a trick for Spain for you.
El Camino. Although we weren't able to record too much of what happened the last 2.5 weeks because of the rain, on our final day on our walk to Santiago, the sun came out. We've been sprinkled on, but no rain, which means we get to record more, we get to remember more, experience more, and appreciate more. It is the perfect final day.
It's as though he has learned nothing along this trip. Every time we acknowledge the lack of rain, it rains. So just give me a minute and it'll rain again. We are down to the last 5 kilometers.
Can you believe it?
No, I'm so excited. And sad at the same time. It's like the weirdest combination of emotions.
Now, what's also strange is we're down to the last 5 kilometers. And we're falling apart. Her hips are hurting, my ankles are hurting.
I've been finding
Can't
this.
stand this backpack again.
I think my body is like, oh, we're getting close to being done. Here's all the pain that we've been suppressing for a month.
Yeah, let's get it all out now. Woo-wee, almost done.
Almost done, sweetie.
You can see, should be able to see something very important.
Ooh, the ground's very mushy.
Yeah.
We're having an earthquake.
I'm sorry. In English, you call it mushy.
We have our first sighting of Santiago.
Wow.
Is it that 3?
I hope so. Yeah,
so
otherwise it's amazing.
Oh,
Live
we're so
candy.
close. Nope, hey, go. We're walking into the city center. We're getting so close. There's signs everywhere, so look, I know that we're here. It just hasn't actually hit yet that our month-long journey is coming to an end.
30 some days of walking across Spain. It feels good.
It feels so good. We are so lucky to get to do something like this. Oh look, we can get tattoos for 40 euros.
Oh my gosh.
Kinda want one.
Peregrino tattoos.
We are minutes from the finish line. So close. Close.
It feels
So
like we're
close.
right there.
Any minute. This is crazy.
We are lost. It's the biggest cathedral, big landmark. How are we lost?
We are lost.
The journey ends the same way it began. Off the Camino, just figuring it out.
I don't know how. We're literally in the town we're supposed to be in, but we're off trail yet again.
We overshot it. We can't turn around, but we have to completely augment and make an arch through the city now. This is great. You know how we were saying earlier, we weren't sure if we really wanted it to end and we were a little bit sad? This is the continuation we needed. Ain't that right?
I think I'm ready for 10 now.
And you know who's navigating us home? Meredith. She's known for her navigation skills. We've got to be getting close. Is this it?
I don't know.
We don't know. This looks good. Apparently this is not it. We are still moving.
We're so close.
See people walking ahead of us. There are backpacks. We have got to be getting close.
I think we made it. Oh my God, we did it. This is so cool.
Oh, wow.
This is so cool.
Officially made it to the end of the Camino. It feels great.
This is the coolest thing we've ever done.
Now we have to go see what all of our friends are in the square. Let's go
Oh my God, there's
explore.
no one.
We found him. He's alive.
See, I think 15 minutes.
Come here.
We walked quite a long way around.
We did it! It's done. This is so cool. Look at this place.
And then we go all the way around.
Oh my God.
I waited 2 times, but I thought perhaps you took another route. You came there.
I can't believe we did this.
Yeah, I waited.
After celebrating in the square, we spent a few days resting in the city, enjoying some post-Camino activities. These included obtaining our official Camino certificates that one day will rest on the fridge, attending the Pilgrim's Mass with the iconic cathedral, our first Mass in a second language, and exploring and appreciating the Pilgrim's Museum, dedicated to pilgrimages around the world, with an emphasis on the history of this one. Finally, we saw, hugged, and said goodbye to all of our friends from the journey. This journey started as only a word, and then it became a thought that continued to pull us onto the Camino over several years. It was exactly what we needed to reflect, think, slow down, and meditate, thinking only of 3 things every day: how far, what food, and where to sleep. What we did not anticipate is the impact that the people would have along our journey. Thank you to everyone that made this possible, from our host Clara and Nacho, to Pablo along the route, to the cat we named Camino, who guided us when we were down, and finally, to our friends that shared meals and many miles with us. They say that once you finish the Camino, it truly begins. We like to think that's true too. To take life one step at a time, to reflect, to take what comes, and to not take yourself too seriously. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey and sharing this experience with us. We hope